wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Jack, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing. Not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, they find to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Face, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Cut the music. Cut the music. Listen.
I wasn't planning on doing no show today. I was in my bed, sleep. Lord, it was good too. Sleep. I mean, crust in my eyes, all type of stuff. Drool. And I don't really drool, but it was close to it. I was close though, right? So, real quick before I get into the news today. All right, two things. I got a new series. All right. It's going to be starting after the Celebration Bowl. After football season's over, I'm going to be doing a little bit of basketball, but I want to have a series called The Everyday Entrepreneur, where entrepreneurs who have businesses, who own things or whatever, it could be a trucker, could be a bakery, could be a cook, chef, whatever you do, all right? I would like for you to come on, interview, talk about your journey, talk about your struggles, your wins, so people understand that, you know, either being a businessman is for you or it's not for you. All right. There's some hills and droughts and all that type of stuff. So I want to do that everyday series. Now, you could be a VP of a big bank. You could be a CEO of something or COO or something. All right. You don't have to actually, you know, be your own boss. But if you're a big time something, all right, come on. You know, talk about your journey and we'll get into that. All right. Also, podcast is on Apple and Spotify. I haven't updated it yet, so don't blame me. My bad. I've been slacking. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've been slacking. I'll take the L on that, but I'm gonna get to it. I promise I'm gonna drop this one. I promise you I'm gonna put this one on podcast. All right. Back to the news today. So if you don't know who I was talking about, the kings of the swag, listen. We're talking about Grambling. All right, we're talking about Grambling, and you know, listen, I've been a staunch, you know, that's what white people say in politics. Jimmy, I've been a staunch, advocate. I've been a staunch advocate. I have been a staunch advocate of them Bamas being on a trash bag. Okay, them Bamas being on a trash bag, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and I know y'all gonna be shocked. I might have to take them off. I might have to go ahead and peel. I might have to send back my Glad trash bags. I might have to send back my Glad trash bags. And you know I love my Glad trash bags. You know I love my Glad trash bags. They're exclusive. Only I had them. They were Grambling made. They were dope. But I might have to go ahead and send them jokers on back. It's looking that real. It's looking that real. All right. So listen. The new head coach. Hold up. Let me get my call lines open because I know you Bama's gonna be buzzing in. All right. So let me get my call lines open. All right. You know, once you hit a white girl, call lines is open.
You are the only participant in the conference.
Yeah, you know the call lines is open when you hear the white lady. All right. So the new head coach, officially. But before we get into that, before we get into that, all right, I just want to be very clear that Alabama State, you hired a real estate agent. Don't think I forgot Alabama State. Don't think I forgot. You hired a real estate agent. Okay, you hired a real estate agent, so we're not gonna let that go. All right, we're not gonna. I want to be very clear that you effed this up all the way up. Okay, I'm just saying you effed it up. So. Real estate agent. But now, for real, unofficially, the head coach of Grambling is ta-da! 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 Listen. This is the guy. This is the guy. They went and snatched him, got him up out of Tennessee State, and said, this is the guy. All right? This is how you go. Listen, this is how you make moves. All right? They say Jimmys and Joes win games, so do X's and O's. Now, the only thing that I am worried about in this hire, the only thing that I'm worried about with this hire, okay, is he going to come around to a more spread style offense? All right. Is he going to come around to a more spread style offense? Because of the fact of the matter is he's more of an old school type of play caller, you know, under center, that type of stuff. I'm not saying that he can't do that in the SWAC. I'm really not. I just think that it's going to take a little bending and shaking. But the defensive coordinator he brings in, key. All right, key. Let's listen. Let's not sleep. Grambling has athletes, okay? I've been hearing from different people close to that program that a lot of people, a lot of players that did not get to shine because of Broderick Fobbs are dogs. Like, for real, like, Scotty, they are not bad, okay? Like, they can do work in the SWAC. So this is going to be a very, very bumpy road in the beginning, I believe, because he's going to come in early signing period, really close. So, but I think recruiting is going to be huge for Grambling. Getting somebody down there in Grambling, Louisiana is going to be huge. And Southern needs to be very, very careful, okay? Because, yes, Coach Dooley might know it, but Hugh Jackson does it, okay? I'm not saying Coach Dooley can't coach, but what I'm saying is that it's hard for a player, an offensive player, to have Coach Dooley walk in your house and then Hugh Jackson walk in your house. It's a difference. It's a big difference, all right? So my grade for this hire is an A. My grade for this hire is a straight A. And the reason it's an A is simply because of the excitement it will bring for the state of Louisiana, Grambling, and bringing Grambling back into the prominence of what it once was. That's why I said the Kings are back, man. The Kings are back. I give it an A simply off the standard of exciting. Simply off the standard of excitement. All right. He is going now. The staff could be one thing. The staff could be all over the place or whatever, but strictly off excitement, strictly off of knowledge, strictly off of recruiting and what his name can do when he calls you especially as a quarterback, especially as a quarterback. All right. This is going to be amazing because what I do know is that the SWAC needs quarterbacks. Okay. The SWAC needs quarterbacks. That is not my source. So that might be your source, but that is not my source. I actually heard that from somebody close to the Grambling program. So that might be your source, but that's definitely not my source. All right. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? This is Jordan, man. How you doing?
Talk to me, Jordan.
Hey, so I just want to really say really fast. I was with Hugh in Cleveland. Man, he's a great dude, amazing guy, phenomenal as a coach. And then outside of that, so that would be a great hire, man, for Grambling. And he has a lot of swag, man, to himself as far as like being a player coach, and then playing music, getting guys riled up. Now in Cleveland, we only won one game, but great guy, man. I can't speak enough about Hugh. I think that recruits would definitely love to come play for him because he has that NFL pedigree.
Yeah.
I think he would have great coaches too. I don't know who he would bring in for the offense and defensive coordinator, but it would be fun to watch for sure, man.
Let me ask you this,
fun
Jordan,
to watch.
because I feel people, I feel people get real disrespectful when they try to compare an NFL record to a SWAC record. Like they're like, oh yeah, he went one and whatever. That's in the freaking NFL. Where everybody has top level talent. Like what are he doing? Like, what are we talking about right now?
But you know what, really fast, so Scotty, that was not his fault because I don't know if everybody knows if they ever seen the movie Moneyball. So they brought in Deepa, and they were trying to do a thing where they could just get guys off of like fastest guy, tallest guy, and try to play it where they didn't pay everybody. So that's what happened when Hugh was in Cleveland. Now then he did get Dorsey and all that, and it was a little bit different. But I was already gone by then, and my pops was gone. But in the beginning, the first year when we only won one game, man, and then the next year was simply they were trying to play muddy ball. So that's really not a reflection on him. Y'all have to kind of remember when he took over in Oakland, he had it rocking. I mean, even with Jamarcus Russell, he had it rocking when they were 8-8. And I believe they had a chance to go to the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. I remember we came to Oakland after that. Well, my father did. I was in college at that time. And everybody in Oakland loved Hugh, man. They wanted him to stay. But, Reggie McKenzie came in there, the GM at the time, and he wanted his own guy. So, but Hugh, you're right, man. Hugh, you can't blame him fully on the record that he had in the NFL, and that's not going to be indicative of what he'll do in college. Once again, he is a great guy. People are going to love him as recruits and things of that nature, and just playing for him all the way around, man. He loves you. He knows who you are. Doesn't matter if you're starting for him or on the back end. And this is not to really fast too. I want to say this is not to shoot down Coach Simmons, but I played for Coach Simmons, and Coach Simmons was a little bit different. That's just another FAMU guy. He's in the SWAC right now. He wasn't like, man, if you were on the back end that he knew who you were and he was going to praise you and tell you how you did in practice. That's how Hugh was. It didn't matter if you were on practice squad or what. He's going to treat you like you were a top guy. And also, too, I want to mention, he took Terrell Pryor, man, and made him one hell of a receiver in that 1 year he was there. So.
Yeah, that was big time, taking him from the quarterback position, putting him at a receiver, and made him some money too. Made him some money. Definitely made him some money.
That's true.
Hey, Jordan, man. Go ahead.
Really fast too, man. I got to shout out what you're doing with the entrepreneurship, man. That's dope. I love it, man. Keep doing your thing, brother.
Thank you so much. Hey, Jordan, if you got any more information, man, please don't hesitate to call back in.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely will.
Hey, caller, you loud? Talk to me.
All right, bro. So look, here's my thing. I think he was a good dude. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a great guy. But I think Grambling fans got to put it in perspective. Everywhere he's been, he's lost. Outside of the Ravens 2008 season, this man is 11-44 as a head coach. I understand he can coach. He's the offensive coordinator or whatever. But every program he's been around has been dysfunctional. There's always been internal issues with the Browns when he went to his second stint with the Bengals. I mean, I think he's a good guy, but I want to see how he can actually lead a program to success first. Until I can say Grambling's back for real, I want to actually see him win.
So he didn't lead.
I don't have a problem.
So he didn't lead Oakland to success when they were in the pits. He didn't do that. He didn't do that.
He didn't win the games though.
They didn't win the game. Okay. I mean, I get it. If that's what you say, that's what you say.
I get
because if you're giving credit, if you're giving Dooley credit, nope. If Bama's are giving Dooley credit for winning at every stop he had in the SWAC, well, you got to give Hugh Jackson credit at being an offensive coordinator at Oakland when they were nothing. Like just being competitive in Oakland at that point was a godsend. Because ever since Rich Gannon,
I'll give you that.
Because ever since Rich Gannon left in the Tuck rule, they were not they had not been the same. So let's be real.
Okay, I agree. I want Hugh Jackson to succeed. If he has control, if he has say so in the Grambling offense, they will win. If he doesn't, if he's just a head coach with no say so, they will not win because he cannot do that. And it's been proven. Everywhere that he has say so in the offense, they are a good team. But if he does not have say so in that Grambling State offense, they will be trash just like every other head coach in job that he's been at.
But how? Okay, so if he's the head coach, how would he not have say so in the offense? He's the head coach.
Yeah, I'm saying, but when his first stint with the Bengals and when he was with the Browns, he did not call plays, and that's when they were trash. So I think if he calls the plays like he does, like he wants to, then he'll be straight.
Okay, that's real. We'll see how it goes. Hey, appreciate the call, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
And that's when they were trash.
Yo, Scotty.
What's up?
This Ron. Hey, man, the SWAC, man, if the official, the SWAC just jumped up 10 steps higher from what they did. Just imagine the recruiting. Just imagine scouts. Just imagine his connections. We got to think about that as far as him coming to the SWAC. I mean, yeah, he ain't had a good record as far as NFL, but NFL is different from college. NFL is the college is a more controlled environment. NFL is not so much more control because those players can kind of leave and go as they want. With college, you have more so like control over, who does what and what you're supposed to do and what your job is, and this is only your job. So if Grambling gonna hire them, they really upgraded from the trash bag logo you got back there. Mm-hmm. They really upgraded. It may not. There ain't gonna be no trash bags no more. They may be carrying things around in glass dishes now. Shoot. But yeah, this looks good on Grambling, man. If they really do it, because like I said, it brings everything to the SWAC that that Deion and FAMU added on top of that.
I don't think it's more controlled per se, because you go to the NFL, you're guaranteed to have a guy for at least 4 years, maybe your quarterback, you're guaranteed to have your quarterback for at least about 8 years. You know what I'm saying, depending on how good he is. But in college, man, you're not guaranteed to have a player past a year. Because the transfer portal is hot now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different ball game. So you're lucky to have a player for 4 years if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? So I think that aspect I have to disagree with it, but I definitely feel as though it's going to be a step in the right direction for Grambling, most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely, and for their offense, because they need that for their offense, because just like old dude was saying, Terrell Pryor, man, he was a dual threat. You don't know if he was going in the game catching the ball or doing a reverse pass in the end zone. So you don't know what Terrell Pryor was doing when he was back there on the line of scrimmage, catching balls. So imagine what he'll do to just an athlete coming out of high school, or just an athlete transferring to Grambling. Ain't no telling. So
it's gonna be
that's a good look for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick, man. I appreciate the call.
All right, peace.
Hey, anybody doesn't know what this is Nick Saban's NFL coaching record. All right, so this is what he did at Miami: 9-7, 6-10, and then he dipped. All right, so hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good?
Hey, man, this is a great hire. Southern should be very worried because, like you said, going into Hugh Jackson coming in your office, coming in your house. I mean, he could tell you as much of an offensive genius people think Dooley is. He ain't Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
He just ain't. And it is something to be said when you've done it at the highest level. However great you is, you can't tell me how to get there if you ain't never been there. That's just reality.
That is fair.
That is just that. That's what makes Deion so great. But he's been the best cornerback and he's been on that level. So I think Noah Biden's going to take a great step. Also tell me how much he thinks about that team too. So if he goes through, and he's smart enough to sit there and surround himself with enough people, he's going to get somebody that's plugged into Louisiana. So I think folks got to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's intelligent enough to, know to surround himself with somebody that's from the area. So
my thing is this: like, listen, I'm not saying, listen, Hugh Jackson, if we're being honest, he doesn't have to worry about Louisiana. He does, but he doesn't, right? So you want to recruit in-state, of course you want to recruit in-state, but his name is so big, you know what I'm saying?
People gonna come to him.
Come on, man. Like
if I'm a top quarterback,
come on, man.
If I'm a top quarterback, I might be calling you.
There you go. There you go.
If I'm a top quarterback, I mean, think about it. Hickenbottom was a second team OVC. after Grambling, basically after he left Grambling,
Yeah.
they could have used him.
Yeah. Facts.
So it's gonna be good to see what happens.
Hey, it's gonna be exciting. Hey, appreciate the call.
Okay.
All right, man. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me. Hey, caller, you live?
Hello?
Yeah, you live? Talk to me.
All right, talk to me, Scotty. First off and foremost, I want to say, man, I watch your show all the time. I watch it all the time. and I'm calling from H-Town, Texas, so I'm gonna shout out Andrew Buddy.
Andrew Buddy! You already know what it is.
Hey man, if that's official for that Grambling, hey, hats off to them boys, man. That was a good pick, no matter what these people say, man. It's a good pick all the way around for the SWAC as a whole. And I can't wait till next season. How about you?
I cannot wait either. But what I'm more excited about is what is it going to look like for Grambling in the transfer portal. Listen, this transfer portal is hot. And like the caller just said, if I'm a quarterback, if I'm a 3-star, 4-star quarterback, and I'm in the transfer portal, and I hear Hugh Jackson's at Grambling, now I might not like the facilities, but I damn sure gonna like the coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is an offensive-minded guy. He's coaching Baker Mayfield. He's coaching Tyrod Taylor. He's coached these NFL guys. We can listen. We can talk something. We can do something. We can do a little something. We can do a little something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, all I can say is good hire if it's official. Hey, man, good hire. Also, you talking to Craig Hall, man, straight out of Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Cousin to Johnny, cousin to Ricky, cousin to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, appreciate
all right, man. Hey, I ain't gonna keep you much longer, man. Like I said, hey, man, keep pushing it, man. I enjoy your show. I watch it all the time, man. I got you.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, one.
Peace. Hey, thanks, Deron Robinson. I was rushing, bro. So appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll make that correction. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
Man, this is good news. I just turned it on and I'm seeing it right now. This is great news. I had called to tell you, you know how you always complain about them SWAC coaches can't make adjustments during the game.
Facts.
I want you to add Kirby Smart to that list because I watched that Georgia-Alabama game yesterday. It was terrible, man.
It definitely was.
That dude two things he can't do. He can't coach under pressure and he can't coach from behind. But back to this Hugh Jackson, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm just wondering if will it keep any of the previous staff. I know he don't have to, but I really like that defensive coordinator at Grambling.
Same
that guy,
here.
he's from he's a graduate of Rice University. But like you said, I think Hugh and them are gonna go. They're gonna burn up that transfer portal. They're gonna bring in a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I ain't gonna hold you up. Hey, you didn't have no question for me, did you?
Nah, Mr. Ford. Appreciate. Oh, no, I ain't got no question for you. Appreciate it, Mr. Ford.
Okay. Y'all have a good night.
You too now.
Okay.
Hey, listen. Paris is probably on YouTube. Go check on YouTube. The full game is probably on YouTube. So you go ahead and check that out. The Alabama and Georgia jank. But listen, you about to lie to me. You about to lie to me. All right. They about to have some people down there. Okay. They about to have some people down there. If this recruiting class can go well, right? And what I mean by well is bringing somebody in that excites the base, right? Because once again, this is what Alabama State did wrong to me. You might have excited the alumni. You might have excited the other real estate agents in the market. You know what I'm saying? But did you excite kids outside of Alabama? Did you excite kids surrounding Alabama? And that's a no, right? So with this hire, you're attracting kids outside of Louisiana. But kids from Louisiana, listen, kids' dads are going to know about Hugh Jackson, just like they know about Deion Sanders. We're not comparing the two. I'm just saying of knowing them, all right? That's all I'm saying is knowing them. Coaches know Dooley. Kids and their dads know Hugh. All right, it's a difference. This is my thing right there. What's up, Mr. Campbell? Talk to me.
All right, man. Let me break this thing down. And this is, I love this hire, but I love it for some of the structural things. I don't think people remember that Hugh Jackson has a strong tie to the NFL. And what I mean, I'm talking about NFL corporate. Hugh was the guy that the NFL selected to work out Colin Kaepernick before that whole thing blew up. So Hugh was going to be able to go to Troy Vincent and say, hey, man, I'm down here. We need the same thing that Troy and them did with Eddie and the same thing that they're doing with Dion. So Hugh is going to get a lot of support from this. That's the reason why Grambling and Tennessee State played in that NFL class just for that thing. Mm-hmm. So trust, you're going to see Grambling right back there. This is for all these people. And anybody that knows that, they got alumni. Now, we're talking about alumni power, and those coaches definitely sitting there players at Grambling. How the hell you think Noah Buck got all the way down there from New York? Them guys that put a D are serious about that thing. And they are going to call Hugh immediately. And I'll tell you another thing, and like I said, maybe the guys at Jack State could talk about this. They have the type of nice football network as far as constantly going back, staying in communication, because those alumni sending those guys. Every one of those players, you like Grambling, their coach, high school coach, played at Grambling. And the reason why I know that, because I've said this a billion times. I used to sponsor Grambling. Now my people dancers, I was over there watching football practice. That's how I know Dooley, and that's how I know Farm.
You got to call back.
So I know.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, you got to call back. Your phone is breaking up really bad. So you got to find a different spot and call back.
Amen.
Man, not the Boost Mobile.
You gotta call back your phone.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Smash? Talk to me.
Man, not the Boost Mobile.
Hey, Smash, you live.
Hey, yo, Scotty.
What's up?
I'm calling for a few reasons. The other day when you when I made that comment, you went ham. You was like, this is the mentality that we have. I want to see this play out for a few reasons, because we've been down this line before. Suddenly we hired somebody from NFL. People don't forget how
talk about Stump Mitchell.
How Odom got his job. You get me?
You talking about Stump Mitchell, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? This is one of them situations. That's why I made that comment the other day, because a lot of people, they just hop on this thing, they ain't been in the strike, they don't know nothing. But anyway,
it's not the same.
It's a damn good hire. It's a damn good hire for Grambling. And you know, I mean, you always talk. I always talk about how people sleep on Grambling. Remember I was telling you they glad trash bag?
Yeah, you're right.
Their fan base, their games be popping. I even when in their trenches, I always give them their credit about how strong that Grambling Nation is. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be good to see whatever he brings and his connection to this league. And I just want to see how it's gonna play out for them, because it hurt me to even see Grambling down like that last year. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we ain't had a win season either, but it was like, damn, this Grambling over here that's like doing bad like this, you know? So I think it's a great hire. I want to see everything that he's gonna do and all the expectations that everybody giving. If it's official, we know it's official. But yeah, but there's gonna be a dope picture.
Bro, did you? But the funny thing, why are you comparing Stump Mitchell to Hugh Jackson, bro? Like it's not the same.
No, I didn't compare Stump Mitchell to Hugh Jackson. I compared from the comment that I had made that day when I was like, we go get these NFL guys. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like the same thing. You got that was my freshman year. They were saying like, you know, he's gonna do all this, he's gonna do all that. That's why I was just saying from the NFL pick that we had there. Remember, you was on the case about all these people who come to the SWAC to try to get these jobs, and I'm like, we've been down that road before. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't compare them at all. I was just saying we hired somebody from the NFL before, and it didn't work out in our favor. That's what I was saying.
Okay, but overall, you think this is a good hire for Grambling?
I think it's a great hire for Grambling, simply because, like just you know, I'm rational. If I could dish it, I can give it out. Like, okay, we do all these in-house picks, and I never really seen nobody besides, like, you know, who have ties close for Grambling, but Grambling is a damn dynasty. Like, we always talk that shit. I'm glad you put the Kings. You gotta respect Grambling. If they wouldn't win in the SWAC, if Alcorn winning it, they wouldn't win it. They was winning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They just had it's like I said, it's hard to see Grambling down. So hell yeah, I think it's a great pick. I just want to see that Grambling Nation get back to what it is. And people say Grambling don't come to games. Obviously, you never been to a Grambling home game for sure. Well, besides this past COVID year, because Grambling games be lit.
It's gonna be fun to see. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. If it goes down in flames, it's gonna be great for the show. If he rose like a phoenix from the ashes, it's gonna be great for the show. So it don't matter.
Anything gonna be great for the show.
Anything gonna be great. All right, Smash, man, appreciate it. Listen, if he goes down in flames, it's gonna be great for the show. If he blossoms like a rose, all right, it's gonna be great for the show. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
All right, Script, take my call, man. Let me correct me if I'm wrong now. With the COVID year now expiring and like a lot of the exemptions that they had for some of the different rosters, that now goes back for 2022. It goes back, I know, for FBS back to 85. I think for FC at 65, right?
Yeah, I think it's 65 or 62, something like that for scholarships.
Things like that. Okay. So let me ask you this then. With when we're talking about the transfer portal, and particularly for HBCUs, they're going to have to probably be very strategic in how they're trying to go out and bring guys in, because if we're talking about like limited resource schools, say for example, if I got a kid, if my roster is already say at 80 because of the COVID exemption, but I got a kid that I want to bring in from say Florida. Now, because of my budget, sometimes trying to bring in a kid that's out of state, they can't afford to bring in, but X number. So if you got so many guys that that you like, but you can't bring them in because it strains the budget because they're out of state, that really hurts. So check on that. I don't know if you got a response to that or check what you know about that, but that's my understanding that kind of really drains the budget on scholarships when we're looking at kids, because most of your HBCUs, those kids are from within that state.
I don't know. I would have to get with Blue on that one, because that sounds like a Blue question. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but a little bit about that. What you're saying doesn't sound right, but I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know for sure. So I'm gonna get with Blue. All right. And hopefully he'll call in later today, or he'll say something in the comments and something like that. But I'm gonna definitely have to reach out to Blue on that one. So you're saying getting recruits out of state hurts your budget? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. So say for example, so let's say if you FAMU, right? You have a football has a budget in which all the scholarships have to fall under.
Okay.
Okay. Now, most of those scholarships, because of that budget of the school, you get most kids like at Florida A&M, they're going to be out of Florida. Okay, because that's just you got good talent, but also that helps the budget. But bringing in a kid, you give them a full scholarship. Now it's in-state tuition, but I can't afford to now have too many guys from Alabama, well, say Louisiana, Colorado, from those different places, because that's out-of-state tuition. So what normally would cost, say, 15 hours may be, say, $3,000 for a Florida kid. For a Colorado kid, that's going to be $6,000. Okay, so that right there in itself, or maybe $7,000. So that right in itself will start to eat at your budget.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's I'm listening. That just sounds.
Okay.
That sounds crazy, but
okay.
I mean, everybody's saying
right.
So
it's out of state tuition for that player. So that's why you see a lot of times schools try to get their kids from in the state. So when we're talking about, like, say for example, everybody in these portals, and in particular HBCUs, I'm thinking, and I think I might be off though. The coaches have to be very, very strategic in how they go about getting a kid and bringing him in. Like, so if I'm at Grambling, if I want to get a kid, now if he's from Louisiana, great. If they say for example, he's at University of Alabama, but he's from Louisiana, okay, that's good. So you have to be strategic in how you go about getting that kid, compared to if the kid's from Wisconsin. Yeah, you can bring him in, but I have to be very conscious about how my budget is lining up and bringing in that particular player on scholarship.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. That's dope. Thank you for somebody, people are telling me they said that somebody told me this before, but I don't be really listening. But I mean, I try to listen, but there's a lot of callers. But no, this is dope though. This is some dope information, man. Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Hey, go ahead, Smash.
Hey, Scotty, remember how we always talking about like this back to the Dooley thing? We was talking about in-state. How that shit works is like, do is right. It's better to get players in your state because you can, like the Pell Grant, you can split one of the scholarships in half and give them that. So let's say if it costs $6,000 to go to a school, right? You can split 3-3, give it to 2 players, and let their Pell Grant or whatever, because players don't think they'll be having money, but any money that the school get, that could cover 2 scholarships instead of 1. So that's a big thing that we were saying a while back, and people were like, what does this matter? Scholarship money for the state. Well, the state ain't giving you a lot of damn money to your school to allocate the scholarships. It's gonna hurt you in the long run. And that was something we talked about early on when me and the old guy, I forget his name, but everybody was like, this is boring. That plays a big part. So when everybody talk about these coaches, why they still worry about in-state? Well, you want more players, the best players in your state, because one, you can afford them and it doesn't attack your scholarship budget because you only have so much before even the school be like, these talent nice, but we got to pay for them to get here. So that's a very important thing, Scotty, and it's some serious stuff that people don't pay attention to. I'm glad he brought it to the forefront.
So let me ask you this. So you're Louisiana through and through. If Coach Dooley goes and sits on the kid's couch and Hugh Jackson goes to sit on the kid's couch, give me the percentage the percentage of which one comes out with the player.
Honestly, I'm gonna simply say Dooley because just I know a lot of shit and because how this whole situation worked. No, it don't cost that much to go to school in Louisiana, like talk about it compared to out of state schools. So just his connections and these coaches, everybody know Dooley. Put like this: if you're a coach at a high school right now in Louisiana, 10 out of 10, you either play for Dooley, your coach played for Dooley, where you come from, some type of background come from him. Frank, who just got hired back at LSU, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother show, which we need to talk about, as well as Jabbar Jalou. So it's one of them things like, nigga, if you don't got these coaches in your back pocket, it's gonna be real hard to get them. And that scholarship budget is a thing, Scotty. So that's the only reason. I'm going off of facts and numbers. So yeah.
So pretty much his best bet is to kind of find a Louisiana recruiter that knows Louisiana as well as Dooley might know him.
Yeah, and his best bet is to find somebody around his area because those teams like Neville, that's not too far from Grambling, that's kicking ass like Neville and like West Monroe, whose facility look like a damn better than half of the colleges in Louisiana. Yeah, he needs somebody who knows his area like Dooley know the state. That's gonna be the thing.
Okay, that's real. Appreciate the call, Smash.
No problem at all, Doc.
All right, man. Hey, what's up, caller? You live? Talk to me.
Okay, that's real. Appreciate the call, man.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing today?
Good. What's up? Turn your background down for me.
Hey, this Marvin. I called in Monday, and I was talking to you and the guy on Monday about the information, and I see we got our guy. But the guys was talking about scholarship in the state of Louisiana. I'm in the state of Louisiana. The way it works is this. We have top scholarships where the kids can partially qualify for academic scholarship if they have at least a 20 on the ACT.
Mm-hmm.
So what a lot of college coaches do, Scotty, they will put that child on half athletic scholarship and half top scholarship so the child can get the full or resource that they need so that they can be successful. That's what a lot of coaches do in the state of Louisiana. I have to agree with the caller that if Stu Jackson sitting on the couch and Dooley sitting on the couch, just on past relationship, the child gonna choose Dooley every time. That's what it's all about in this state. It's all about building relationships. I was hearing the caller say about Nelva and West Monroe, which is not but 30 miles from Grambling. But it's very rare Grambling get those kids from Nelva and West Monroe. Those kids go to LSU and big time university. It's very rare Grambling or Southern get kids from those two schools. Grambling gonna get the kids from the Carrolls, the Wildsman, or your predominant black schools that's in the state, and same thing with Southern. Those big time white institutions or schools in the state It's very rare our black institutions get those kids.
But
very
you don't.
rare.
Oh, hold on.
So you got to take that into consideration.
You don't think these white institutions know who Hugh Jackson is? Like, come on, man. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Well, I'm not saying he can't.
I think they might.
Go ahead.
I think, but Scott, they know who he is, but it's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. Once you build a relationship with a person, it does not matter.
Sir,
it's all about relationships.
Sir, let me listen. And I agree. There's always a benefit to having a relationship with a former NFL coach. It's always a benefit. It's always a benefit. So if you're telling me as a coach that if I'm a coach at one of these powerhouse schools, right? And Hugh Jackson calls up and says, hey, I want to come through, show me some players, whoop-de-whoop. You want that relationship based off just having the relationship. Because you can always say, hey, Hugh, let me get your number, whenever, I get a player in that I think you might want, blah, 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 just to have that connection. So, yeah, maybe former coaches that you felt that couldn't take you nowhere or couldn't boost your platform, you might not give them the time of day. But to have a former relationship with an NFL head coach who has connections, it does you no service not to.
Gotta hear what you're saying. But the bottom line is that parents gonna make that decision, not so much our coaches. Our coach here matter of fact, I'm a retired coach. And when it comes down to the coaches can suggest, but at the end of the day, those parents gonna make that decision what's best for their kids. At the end of the day, the parents gonna make that decision. You have to take into consideration. Most of the black folks that are very successful in Louisiana, they went to either Grambling or Southern. And it's in their home. So you have to take that into consideration. So if they are strong Southern night, it's very rare they're going to send their child to Grambling. If they're a strong Grambling night, it's very rare they're going to send their child to Southern. You have tradition of folks that have been doing this for years, and they're not going to break that tradition, no matter who coaches.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen because I know, I'm from Maryland. It would really bother me to send my son to Duke, but I know Duke can take him to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I, what I'm saying, I bleed Maryland, but it's hard. It would be so difficult. But I know if that's what's best for my son, that's what's best for my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my girlfriend, she's an Ohio State girl. Like, will it kill her to send one of her, if we had kids, to send our kids to Michigan? Hell yeah. But, if that's the best bet for him, that's the best bet for him. But, listen, ignorance is bliss. So we'll have to leave it at that. You can have tradition and everything like that, but it's, to me, whatever you feel benefits your son the best. But I do understand tradition. So I'm not pulling that away. Like if your wife's a Southern grad, your dad's a Southern grad, it's no different than what these white schools do. Texas A&M legacy, your mom, your dad went to Texas A&M. I'm going to Texas A&M. It's no different. So I'm not disrespecting it. It's on every level. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I'm not blind to it, but I do believe if a Texas A&M parent had Nick Saban walk into their house and their kid had a chance to play for Alabama, I would doubt if he would say, you know what, F that just because you're not Texas Alabama. You might not, but it's a possibility. That's all I'm saying.
And Scott, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing. But when you go to the HBCU, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. These guys bleed that color. The Florida A&M, they bleed in Florida A&M. The Jackson State, the Grambling, they Southern. I'm a Grambling graduate, has 2 degrees.
It's no different.
My oldest child went to Grambling, and the 2 in my house now I'm trying to get to go to Grambling. Mm-hmm. That's just what we believe. Because Grambling did well by me, so I know it'll do well by my kids.
That's right. That's facts. I get you.
So that's all I'm saying, Scott. But I do agree with this hire. I think it's a great hire. And I said on Monday, I thought we was going to shock you that we weren't going to hire from the Eddie Robinson tree. We was going to go outside, and we did. I do agree with this hire, and I think Stu will do a great job.
All right. We'll see. Hey, appreciate the call.
All right.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Blue, Manny, Coach Harp, and Smash. All right? That's what I'm going to do. Blue, you're first. Then I'm going to go Blue, Manny, Coach Harp. Hey, what's up, Blue? Talk to me.
What's up, man? So I wanted to kind of clarify the roster thing, man. That YouTube only gives me like 60 characters, and so it's like the type. So I don't think I was clear. But so he was half right but at the same time, like, he was missing a big point. There are a lot of exceptions, and of course, like, the P5 schools are so good at bending the rules. I mean, they, especially the top recruits, they list them as in-state students. But I know another P5 school, not Auburn, by the way, another P5 school, they had a kid live off of campus as a walk-on for a year, and as long as you file taxes in the state that you're living in, you have a real address, you can get in-state tuition the next year. And so then they would put them on scholarship, and you would get the out-of-state tuition waived, if that makes sense. So that's one way they do it, is they'll let, like, the kids they feel like that can live off campus, they'll let them live off campus for a year and get the tuition handled like that. And I think the other issue he's talking about too is, so this year was the first year that the NCAA gave everybody in college football, it's like an extra year of eligibility. So by doing that, they waived the 85-person limit on scholarships. They waived the 63-person limit on scholarships. And that's going to cause a lot of issues, because with the NCAA legislation and things like that, the earliest change they can make to roster limits and new scholarships yearly is like 2022, 2023, because of all the processes it has to go through. So what's going to happen is you got all these players who were supposed to be gone still on campus. And you have freshmen now who can be there for 5 years on scholarship and things like that. And so what it's going to do is limit the amount of players you can bring in. So a bunch of players who should have been on scholarship or should be on your team now are either got to go, and you got to get them to transfer or get them off the team, or you can't bring in as many players. So that's why I was talking about on my channel, this year's recruiting is going to be so different, because you have teams trying to balance the new transfer portal. You have teams trying to balance high school recruiting. And so they only get a hard cap of 25 new scholarships. So how do you recruit 15 college kids and save 10 for the transfer portal just in case? Or do you recruit 25 high school kids and just say, no, I don't need the transfer portal this year, and just hope that something works out? And so the hope is eventually that they're going to move to they call it the dynamic scholarship model, is kind of like the name they gave it. So what it is it's not a hard cap, but it's not like a rolling cap. So what it is like, let's say Tennessee last year, they fired their coach, and they had, I believe it was like 37 players transferring.
Wow.
Last year. And so what would happen is, since they had so many players transfer, they would, instead of having a hard cap of 25 scholarships to replace 37 transfers and NFL players and all that, they would get like 35 scholarships that year to help that team out, because it's really not fair that they lost 37 players and another team might have lost like 10.
Yeah.
And y'all each get 25 scholarships. So that's the model they're going to move to when they eventually vote on it. But he was kind of right, where there's going to be a lot of players left in the transfer portal, because there's not a lot of scholarships that are left to go around, because you can't just recruit fully out of the transfer portal, but then you can't fully recruit out of high school. So this year's high school class and this year's transfer portal is just going to be an absolute, like, look out, a shit show pretty much, is where you're going to have a bunch of kids who should have been on the roster that just don't have a place because players are staying longer in college. And so they're worried that this is going to have an effect like 4 years down the line, because even if you were a true freshman last year in the COVID season, you get an extra year if you want.
Wow. So anybody coming into this year as a high school doesn't get the free year, only if you were in college when the COVID season had hit.
Yes.
Got you.
Yes. You had to be enrolled in the university. So a bunch of coaches are freaking out, because they're like, how do I manage a roster where we have, let's say someone went way over the scholarship limit and they had almost 100 scholarships. How do you cut back to 85 in 1 year and bring in new players if you didn't have a bunch of players go to the NFL or transfer?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, do I just start taking kids scholarships? Do I have to talk them into transferring to other programs who also might be low on scholarships? And so that's why I said, and we talked about it on my live stream, and that's why I said that the expectations for some of these recruiting classes need to be tailored, because if you're not losing a bunch of players, like Jackson State isn't losing a lot of players. So the pure size of transfers Dion brought in last year, you can't replicate that because you don't have room now. because you're not losing Nalsgatti, you're not losing Shador, you're not losing Shallow, you're not losing Nugget, you're not losing who else? Malachi Wadman. You aren't going to have as many open spots on your roster because it's going to be back at a hard cap of 63 rather than you just being able to have as many players as you want on your roster. And it goes like that for Power 5-2 and things like that. And there's also now kids can reclassify from their recruiting class. You look at Quinn Ewers last year, reclassified. He got lost at the shuffle at Ohio State. A kid also just reclassified today. He's like a 5-star corner. He's going to go to Ohio State early. So how does that affect their scholarship limits now? They thought he was going to account for the 2023 to, what would it be, like 2027 scholarship limit. But now he has to be fit into the new cap. And so coaches are like, how are we supposed to manage this if the NCAA is not working with us?
Oh, my gosh. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's pure chaos right now in terms of roster management in college football.
Oh, my goodness, man. Hey, appreciate the call, Blue. Appreciate the update.
Yep. Later, man.
Man, that's why you need to be hiring your coach early. For real. Hey, what's up, Manny? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, so first off, man, I'd like to say thank you, Blue. Blue is like a encyclopedia for college football and thing that deal with it. Like, Blue is on another level, man.
I told you, man. The boy wonder.
Yeah, dog. It's something crazy, man. Also, I want to say thank you to Grambling for actually having the balls to do this, right? And the reason I say that is because we see the move with Southern and the SWAC boys club that literally is like embedded into the culture within the SWAC. Like you come from us, we be better. I like this move, man. Now I heard one caller say he don't know if Q is going to be good or if he's going to have a handle on his. He's the head coach. He's going to have his hands all over that offense. So let's get that out of here. I don't know if that was Smash or it was somebody that sounds exactly like him. Would you say that?
It wasn't Smash that said that.
Oh, no. I mean, what I'm about to say.
Got you.
As far as if Dooley came in his house or if Hugh Jackson, was that Smash?
Yeah, that was Smash and another guy.
So I'm going to talk to y'all direct. Don't lie like that, Smash. If you was a high school kid, bro, and Dooley came and sat on your couch, and then Hugh Jackson that formerly from the NFL came and sat on your couch, you gonna tell me you gonna choose Dooley over Hugh Jackson? And you know who Hugh Jackson is and who he had his hands on in the NFL? You're not gonna do that, sir. These kids nowadays are too forward thinking for you to think that, oh, because he's been around a SWAC and that school is offering me, that's who I want. They're trying to get somewhere. And where I'm trying to get to, you have experience within that area. So I need to go to you because you have connections where I'm trying to go to. It's just like business. I'm not going to hire somebody that doesn't know anything about accounting. You know what I'm saying? They only worked at a bank as a teller for a little while. No, I'm going to go to the guy that has the degree, the CPA degree, and that has actually worked for an actual accounting firm. That's just how it goes. But what I want to say, man, is I like the move, man. I like the move. I'm waiting to see what PV does. I want PV to think out the box just like Grambling did. And man, hire Sumlin. That's honestly what I want. Big ups to Coach Dancy. Big ups to my man Scotty. Man, that's all I gotta say, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call, man.
Yeah, anytime.
Like, okay, man. Like, I'm counting on the Manny bandwagon, bro. Like, I'm on the Manny bandwagon. Hey, Coach Harper, you're next, and then Smash, you're next. All right, I'm on the Manny bandwagon. Like, if I sit down with you, if Coach Dooley walks in the house and he talks about all this stuff, whoop-de-whoop, Louisiana, I walk in the house and I tell you, I have been in the NFL. I have coached at the NFL level. I know what all these people in the NFL, that doesn't make sense to me if kids are trying to go pro. That's why kids are going to Deion. They're not just going to Deion because he's Deion Sanders. They're going to Deion because they want him to take them pro. That's the whole point. I mean, he is Deion Sanders. But at the end of the day, they want to go pro. And they're like, yo, if I'm cool with Deion, Deion cool with me, I'm going to get into some rooms and doors that I can't get into because I don't know Deion. But Deion can vouch for me. It's no different than what Hugh Jackson can vouch for me. That's all I'm saying. I don't make sense to me. I don't get it. Hey, hey, Coach Harp, you live. Hey, Coach Harp, you live.
Hey, how you doing, Scotty?
What's up? Talk to me.
All right, so I want to address a few things. First, what Blue said is 100% accurate. Division II football is going crazy right now. The big teams, as well as the historically black colleges where I'm at, are getting so many transfers from the FCS level because there's not a lot of FCS scholarships to go around. So if you really want to see the ramifications of what Blue was talking about, look at Division II football. Secondly, Scotty, like yourself and your wifey, who I would back off of saying, we might have kids. I want to cut the water off on you. So, that's why I just watched that. But, I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. So I kind of have a perspective like you, but also have that different perspective because I'm a graduate of Grambling State University. Started my coaching career there in 2005. Was on that coaching staff with Bruce Eugene. Black College National Championship team with Melvin Spears. I lived in a trailer in the village behind Sabine Bank. So, I know all about that. And what Hugh Jackson hiring doing is not only making that competition for Louisiana tougher, because just like Maryland or Baltimore and the DMV don't get along, I learned that from, I used to live in PG County when I coached at Howard.
That's facts.
And then I lived in D.C. on Naylor Road in Southeast. Then I stayed on St. B in PG County. But Baltimore and the DMV don't get along.
Not
so
at
it's
all.
The same thing. A lot of people don't consider where Grambling's at in Louisiana. They say Louisiana starts in Opelousas. So with Hugh Jackson is going to make Grambling back to what it was, a national school, taking a page from Mr. Campbell. If you look at the movie Cooley High, the main character in that, the protagonist, had a basketball scholarship to Grambling. He was in Philadelphia. Grambling State is a known brand. It would be $1 million institution if, again, some of the people that are in charge changed their SWAT mindset and changed the logo. The Green Bay Packers trademarked the logo before Grambling did, so they just put a little paw or something else on it and trademark it. That logo is sold by so many people that don't go to college, never been to Louisiana, they just know Grambling. That would make the school, comparable to some of the FCS schools that are PWIs overnight. So, I mean, this hire is going to have major ramifications. And again, a lot of people don't understand the colorism of the state of Louisiana, where Southern is at, is considered, that's the yellow belt. You look at their dance girls versus Grambling dance girls. When I was there, you didn't see dark-skinned people a lot at Southern. They was up north or in the country. And then a lot of New Orleans people came to Grambling because, Katrina was hitting. But it's very hard to get in trouble in the woods in Grambling when you got horses next door right across from the school. Different stuff called a washateria. There's a place called Gene's Seafood that sell hamburgers. There's all different types of crazy stuff. It's very hard to get arrested in Grambling, which is a small insulated town. If you got Louisiana Tech up the street. So you can bring in these guys from New Orleans and these other hood places. And Hugh Jackson will have a great opportunity to get him because he speaks the language of the NFL. Scott, you were referencing about him running the spread. But if he just, NFL playbook is so intensive. When I left Grambling, I had to do an internship to graduate with the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at these people's playbooks, their third down playbook will be the size of a college team's playbook. And if you look at his tenure with the Bengals, the reason he's looked at as such is because he couldn't beat the Steelers at that time, which was in the same division and was contending for AFC Championship for almost a 10-year span. So that was his nemesis. And then the one time he could have did it, Vontaze Burfict got the penalties, and they end up losing the game.
Oh my!
So I mean, he's a great offensive mind. This is going to revolutionize the SWAC. Grambling's going to be a national power, and with his NFL prowess, just like I invoked the reference of Cooley High, you're going to see people from Indianapolis, Pennsylvania. Like I said, being a graduate from there and being at homecoming, sitting on the Q plot, you meeting old people from Grambling that's from New York, Maryland, all different places, because it was a national black institution back then. And Eddie Robinson recruited, like Nick Saban does, he recruited, except Eddie Robinson recruited the best black players in the United States. And that's what Grambling's going to turn into again.
Hey man, appreciate the call, Coach Harp. You know I love the detail, man. Love the detail. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.
You know, I love it.
Hey, Smash, you up?
I love the detail. Yeah, man. Hey, Coach Hop right about everything he said, man. That's what I was trying to get everybody to understand, how the dynasty that Grambling has. God, you always going to hear me talk about that. And I'm a Southern Night, you know what I'm saying? They just had everything, all of that. But I just want to clarify a few things. Like, come on, Scotty, we know damn well if Hugh and Dooley sitting on your damn couch, so any player is gonna fucking pick. You're gonna fucking pick Hugh because of NFL experience. But your question specifically said for Louisiana, and then we know how Louisiana works. I think like you gotta understand to be here. Like what Ball was just saying, like how everybody migrated to Grambling. He went to Grambling at one of the best times. Actually, went from Katrina to Grambling. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the Louisiana state of mind. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know Thomas is a big Hugh over fucking Dooley. When you talking about the Louisiana student and the connection, the ties he got, we got to stop acting like some of these high school coaches don't have no influence over what these damn kids be going. We got to stop acting like we never played sports before. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop doing that. And here in Louisiana, that just how some shit works. I'm tired of talking about that. Next, this scholarship situation is transfer portal. One can say that you can see some good out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how we always talk about Deion getting all these good players to go to Jackson State and stuff like that? Like the SWAC have everybody can't play for Jackson State. We've been saying that. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about these scholarships. Like everybody have a chance to get stacked now with recruiting. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna hurt some of the high school players coming out because they're gonna have to kind of get in where they fit in if they're not like a true freshman. It's gonna hurt, but I do see some good because a lot of these guys either they're gonna be kind of not saying too old, but you know, you get to a point where like one boy's fucking 24, 25. Do I want to pursue my career, or do I want to stay in college? But you know, a lot of guys don't get a chance to get the extra year and be able to get grad school. You know what I'm saying? So that's some good. Even though the shit show with this recruiting and scholarships and transfer portal, I see a little good coming out of it on the education aspect side. So that's what I want to see.
All right, appreciate the call, Smash.
Gotcha.
All right, man. Let me say this, right? I don't care what y'all talking about. Listen, I'm gonna stand on this fact. I don't care. You can say the kids at Louisiana ignorant. That's what he said. I'm not putting no. He said this. Okay, the ignorant Louisiana. That's what he said. So if y'all want to clown somebody, clown him. Right? He said the ignorant Louisiana kids don't care nothing about where you from. All right. My thing is this: if you walk in now, at the end of the day, parents do have a say. Coaches do have a say. Right? But when kids hear NFL, that's their dream. Their dream is to play in the NFL. And if I was a former NFL coach or assistant or a brand like Hugh Jackson, a head coach, I can walk into a house and say, hey, your kid has NFL level potential. Do I mean that? Probably not. But gosh darn it, I'll be throwing it around like strippers on a Saturday weekend. Okay, I'm a use it all the time. You know your kid got NFL potential. 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 I'm going to throw that. Listen, that's going to be a slogan on my shirt. You know your kid got NFL potential. You know, I'm going to just use it. I'm going to use it because that's what they want to hear. All right, let's not act like coaches don't tell these coaches what they want to hear. Now, you're going to have a high school coach that probably puts you in more perspective like, hey, man, he's probably just gassing you up or whatever. But that's what you can use. That's what you can use. And for gosh darn it, I will be using it. Dang, guy, I was just about to click on you, but you left. You clicked off. Hey, what's up, Mr. Campbell? Don't be having your phone break up and stuff. They clowning you.
Hey, man, do I sound better now?
You sound better. Go ahead.
Okay, man. I love what Coach Harp said, but I want to, for everybody that did not see the Michael, what's his last name, Kids, Pease, right?
Yeah.
From Southern Miss?
Yeah.
If you guys did not watch the interview that Scotty did, that was perfect. And Scotty, the reason why I'm bringing it up, because what was the news that Michael P said? Now, you got Deion and you got Willie Simmons. But Michael P said, my dad ain't him. Coach said, like my uncle. Did he not say that?
He said that. He said him and Willie is like his uncle.
So that has something to do, I think, Smash is talking about with Dooley. A lot of these kids' parents played at Southern. A lot of these coaches played at Southern. So when Dooley comes in there, he's going to say, I know your coach. The coach said, hey, he took care of me. He's going to take care of you. That also means a lot, too. Because as a parent, you want a coach to say, I'm going to take care of your kid. And if somebody can personally say, well, hey, he took care of me, he's going to take care of you, that is going to carry weight. And you cannot say it's not going to carry weight. Mm-hmm. That's why I think that Peace kid probably going to end up at FAMU. I think that's what is going to be the linchpin. I'm going to take care of you. You're going to be just like a son to me. I think that's going to make a big difference. So the other thing, too, that I wanted to address with I hate that I broke up, but Coach Hart broke it down. Grambling, you guys got to realize, they just won a black national championship just a few years ago. It wasn't 20 years ago like FAMU and Jackson State. Them boys can get locked and loaded really, really quick. And that's what I was talking about, the Grambling football players, how strong their alumni is going back, sending players back to Grambling. Mm-hmm. That's why I think Hugh Jackson, if he minds that, he's going to have a very good shot at quickly getting that players doing that. And then the last thing I want to I see one of my classmates, Kendra Sykes, talking about FAMU. Let me tell y'all about FAMU. FAMU will never have reciprocity. We can't even get out-of-state students in the FAMU because the state of Florida has limited how many people out of state can come to FAMU, and also because we got too many people applying to FAMU. So we're never going to have that issue, what I see a lot of people talking about. But, man, I'm telling you, this is a good hire for Grambling. And just the fact that we're talking about it, and what I was making that point about the NFL is going to help Grambling and put money down in Grambling because he has the relationships with the NFL, directly with the corporate NFL.
Facts.
With Roger Goodell and those things. That's going to make a real big deal. So, man, like I said, I'm really excited. I want the Grambling G to come back. And one other thing, too, he's right. And I'll tell you this, Green Bay owns that G. They license out the Grant and they license out to Georgia. That's why Georgia does other things with their name more than just the G, because they don't own it. Green Bay owns that. So that's just facts, too.
Hey, appreciate the call, Mr. Campbell.
I'm out.
All right, man. Ooh, this is getting good. It's getting hot. I like these calls, man. Hey, Jordan, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Talk to me.
I just want to say really fast, I don't know what in the hell these people are talking about. I understand what, people from the boot are saying, Mr. Campbell, even Smash and stuff like that. But the biggest thing a lot of these people are forgetting about, so I'm 26, so I'm not that far removed, but it's a lot of kids that still go to school just based off the fact of uniforms. I mean, you got to think about why Deion got a lot of those uniforms, different combinations, and things of nature. Kids are recruiting and going to different schools just based off of that. Then the next part is, too, if people from the boot don't want to go to and play for Hugh Jackson, they're going to be able to get a lot of kids from Texas, because I know us Texas boys, man, we would definitely love to go play for somebody that is an NFL or has been an NFL coach. People keep forgetting that he is with Rock Nation. So the reason I keep saying it is all the people that, like how Deion keeps bringing in coaches and celebrities to these games, Hugh Jackson will be able to do the same thing with Rock Nation. I mean, Rock Nation has great pool for, KD. I don't know if KD is still under them, but it's still a lot of players that are under Rock Nation.
Dez Bryant, a lot of players on the Rock Nation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, NFL players, NBA players, you have even too with rappers and things of nature. It's going to be a lot of people at the game, and it's going to move recruits in the direction of Grambling. So it's going to be, a lot of hype and buzz around Grambling, different from, that being with Coach Prime and his charisma. But still, I mean, Hugh Jackson is very much a charismatic guy. If you look at even from back when they had the HBO series with the Cleveland Browns, I mean, he's a guy that loves his players, loves to have a good time. I know people keep talking about his record like a kid is going to say, well, man, you were sorry in the NFL. People don't say that, man. It doesn't matter if it was damn Ty Detmer. I mean, a lot of people probably don't even know who the hell Ty Detmer is, but, Ty Detmer, if he went to go coach a school in Mississippi or whatever, I believe that's where Ty is from, he would be able to pull a lot of people because when he was in college, man, he was one hell of a quarterback. And then, of course, too, going back to the whole situation with going in and playing in the NFL, man, it's very hard to touch paint in the NFL, man. This is being somebody that only got to play 1 year of college football and then moved up the ranks and played in the NFL. It's very hard. I give a lot of respect to the coaches and the players that's in that realm, man. It's I don't know why people just kind of blowing it off like people.
It's easy or it don't matter. Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's crazy.
I don't know, but Jordan, you're always welcome to call back in, man. Appreciate the call as always.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. I know I got some more callers on the line. I'm gonna put you guys' names in here once I get going. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Scotty, it's Quincy from Atlanta. What's going on, man?
Talk to me, Q.
Man, it's all good, man. Happy to be on your show. Like, this hire with Hugh Jackson, it's amazing for us at Grambling. People that's talking about like Southern and stuff like that, I really don't get it. It's not the United Parishes of Louisiana. It's the United States of America. And Hugh Jackson has connections all over the United States. So coaching is going to be a big thing with this, man. Just even being on the West Side, like if he was at Grambling this year, they will be in a SWAC championship hands down. And then I don't know if many people watch I Am Athlete podcast. Hugh Jackson was on there earlier this year talking with Ocho and all the other guys about like HBCU. So just those phone calls that he'd be able to make to former players and their kids and stuff like that. Like, it's just without question, it's now just going to be us versus Jackson State pretty much.
I don't know about that. Listen, let's be real. Like, I call a spade. Even with the level of talent that Deion came in with, he still did not, Alabama the SWAC. You know what I'm saying? Did he go undefeated? Absolutely. But a lot of these games are close. They weren't blowouts. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just say that he's going to come in and demolish the SWAC when Deion had a hell of a recruiting class and didn't do the same as well. So I can't rock with you on that. But I do think he will be. It does boost Grambling. I will say it does put Grambling in top contender, in like a top contender category based off the hire as a coach, but it still comes down to recruiting. It still comes down to having great players, and you need a quarterback. He has to find a quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not saying it's something like instantly or whatever like that, but just give it about a recruiting class or two. I think he's going to fill in those spots that need to be filled in. And also been hearing rumblings of like Mike Vick coming into coaching in some form. So, I would like to see what PV does, who they bring in, because, man, if PV and Grambling would have fumbled the hiring with their coaches, I would have been off the SWAC and just would have been shaking my head because all my homie do is talking about Jackson State all day, every day. I'd be getting tired of it.
Let me tell you this. If Michael Vick was a QB coach somewhere, every black quarterback in America is trying to come to wherever Michael Vick is. And I don't even know if Michael Vick can actually coach quarterbacks, but it's just the fact of the matter. Listen, there's only one guy. I think there's only one guy that can really compare to Michael Vick. I mean, to Deion Sanders, and it's like Ray Lewis and Michael Vick. Because Michael Vick is like come on, man. Like, it's Michael Vick, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Michael Vick, so.
Yeah.
Michael Vick is a QB coach.
His wife said that he's interested in to get into coaching. So if his wife said it, then I mean, there's a chance that he could pop up somewhere.
That's the fact. I would love to see it. I would absolutely love it. It doesn't matter if it's HBCU or not. I just love to see it because I know he's going to get some crazy recruits that come through there. But hey, man, appreciate the call, Q.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Listen, I agree with this though. I think Kincaid should be a quarterback coach. Listen, if if Ashley Robinson can make Dion keep TC Taylor on staff, I think if I'm the AD, I'm bringing in Devontae Kincaid as a quarterback coach. Now, if I have a chance to get Michael Vick, I'm getting Michael Vick. Do you hear me? All right, but no, I think bringing Kincaid in as a QB coach is absolutely excellent. So you're pretty much priming Kincaid to take over the program after Hugh Jackson leaves. I love it. I absolutely love it. Damn, Smash, what you got to say, man?
Yo,
what's up?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, I got something else I want y'all to look at. Hey, this dope because, like we said, this is the great high all Hugh Jackson NFL experience. Moving forward, I want to see the class that he get this year, and I want to see the class that he get next year. You know what's going to be crazy to see? Southern plays LSU next year. Grambling plays them the following year. I want to see how he coaches against LSU. That's going to be dope as hell. That's all I just wanted to throw that fire in the mix. I see it down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ain't thinking like that. But we played LSU this year, and we know we ain't going to win or whatever. But you know how we still have like moral victories in the team.
You got Dooley. You should win that. You got Dooley.
Man, listen, boy. Once again, I want to see how, that's gonna be dope to see him coaching on that level against, just to see all this talent in the pool and stuff like that. And you just said they have two, with two classes. But the last caller said that. But I want to see how he coaches against LSU. That's gonna be real dope to see.
It will.
I just wanted to throw that wrench in there. I don't think you've been saying that further down the line, but it's gonna be dope to see that.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. I mean, listen, you got Dooley. It should be an easy win. Easy win. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yeah, bro. What up, Scotty? How you doing?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Ashton. I'm from Baton Rouge.
Talk to
me. I kind of want to play devil's advocate for Coach Jackson in regards to recruiting and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because any player worth getting in Louisiana, they're not going to Southern. They're not going to Grambling. It's just not going to happen. Of every player on Southern and Grambling's roster, they have 49 players from Louisiana on Southern roster and 43 from Louisiana on Grambling roster. Of those almost 100-something people, they have no 4 stars, they have no 5 stars. So the best players on those rosters are not even from Louisiana. Southern starting quarterback is from Florida. Their best receiver is from Florida. For Grambling, their best players are not even from Louisiana. So I think the connections that Coach Jackson got spanning across the U.S. is going to be bigger than just Louisiana, kind of like what the guy was talking about earlier. And so I think he'll be all right. In regards to another thing, he's not, in regards to the NFL, he's not Dion. Kids these days, they go watch Dion highlights for fun. Only thing most kids that's not really most athletes in high school, the only thing they know about Coach Jackson is what they see on NFL Network about all the analysts claiming how trash he is. But I think a lot of parents gonna see that, okay, this is Hugh Jackson. He coached Jarvis Landry if you're a receiver. He coached Baker Mayfield if you're a quarterback. I don't care what nobody say about it, but there's still people that made it to the NFL, which is 1% of the 1%. So I think Coach Jackson's gonna be straight.
Okay, let me throw a wrench back at you. No, I don't think any 5-star athlete coming out of high school is going to choose an HBCU school. That's just me personally. Now, I do think a former 5-star and you get to a school, you don't like it, and you transfer, I think you might come down. I really don't see, I see that happening before I see a legit 5-star athlete come out and sign with an HBCU school. I highly doubt I'll see that. I don't care who's coaching. 4-star athletes, I can see a 4-star athlete coming out and signing we know Shador got to Jackson State because of his dad, but I really could see a 4-star athlete saying, you know what, I want to go to Grambling, I want to go to to Jackson State. I can definitely see that. Not being listen, man, that star stuff is only so much to me. It only matters so much to me because there's a lot of 5 stars that don't make it, and there's a lot of 2 and 3 stars that do make it. There's a lot of no stars that make it. You know what I'm saying? So I think people hold T-stars just a little too much. I feel that if you find a player that can play the game of football at a high level and he's not ranked or whatever, he's just a great player, and you found a gem. You know what I'm saying? I think what makes coaching very great is putting players in position to be better. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want to play corner? You don't have the feet for that. Let me put you at safety and see how that works. And then you become an All-American safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, that's what high-level coaching is all about for me. And I think Hugh Jackson, knowing where these kids are trying to go, I think if he has a star player, he can tell that star player, hey, man, you're not going to make it to the league doing this. If you want to make it to the league, I think you might want to do this. And that's just, I think that is a better look for a coach like Hugh Jackson and Deion Sanders.
Yeah, I agree with that. But with that being said, I think you have to navigate the whole JUCO route, right? So you're saying a four-star player. Okay, I'm not making it at, let's say, LSU. So I can either go to a JUCO with, I don't have to worry about, I got to take 2 or 3 classes to stay eligible. I get on the field for a season and put some tape out there. Or if I go to, let's say, if I do choose to go to Grambling, I have a 4-year college that I'm trying to keep up with. I mean, I'm not saying, Grambling's the best academic school, but it's still a 4-year accredited college that you have to pass all these classes out of full schedule to play football, right? So if a kid's a bounce back of a D1, because like a lot of Deion's kids, when they bounce back, they were coming from JUCO schools and stuff like that, and so they don't have any of those D1 offers coming back out. So I think if he can navigate the whole JUCO route from the bounce backs and convince them to come and get a degree from Grambling, then he'll be straight.
I don't think. Okay, I think you're not understanding. Like, Deion did not get a lot of JUCO players. He got a lot of transfer portal players. Like, he got a lot of kids either coming out of JUCO or kids that were in the transfer portal that had already played at a system before. And he's like Keith Corbin, not a JUCO player. Lanier, not a JUCO player. Nugget, coming the #1 rated DB out of JUCO. Who else you want to talk about? I mean, Cam is a freshman. Shiloh, South Carolina State. Aubrey Miller, transfer from Mizzou. Like, these kids weren't JUCO bounce backs. So I don't understand what you're talking about if you're saying Deion got a whole bunch of JUCO bounce. That's not what he did. He went and got kids that were either at a program and played or at a program was coming into the portal.
You're right about that. But what I'm saying about that is I feel like most of that was more Deion than anything. It's Deion Sanders we're talking about.
It's course.
I feel like if there was any like, there's a reason that the old boy from Tennessee State didn't get as many players as Deion did, because I mean Deion's name carries most of that weight for why he got all those players.
No, you're not.
So I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, because you're not. I mean, that's common sense. We all know it was Deion. We know why Malachi Wyman went to Jackson State. It's because of Deion. We know why Nugget went to.
And I'm just saying that Hugh's going to have a tougher. Going to have it. It's not going to come as easy as what people think. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you on that because of the fact of you. I mean, he's not Deion, but I still think this is what you're trying to do in the SWAC. Players that would usually go to McNeese, Sam Houston State, a Southern Miss, a FAU, a FIU, those players, the fringe 3-stars, 4-star players that would usually go to those schools, you're trying to bring them to Grambling. You're not looking to getting 5. You're just trying to say, hey, kids that are not supposed to go there, come here and play for us and get the same spotlight. We're hot right now. Come here and dominate over here. That's what you're really trying to do. What Deion did is what Deion does. But for most of these, it's just simply saying, hey, the kids that you won't think, like, you're like, bro, why are you going to McNeese? Like, why are you going to Louisiana Tech? Like, come over here, like, and you can do the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kids you're trying to get. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate the call, man. All right, let me see who I got. 5705. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What up, man? This is Trev from York, PA, man.
Talk to me.
Definitely digging the show.
Thank you, sir.
But I was gonna say, if anything, listen, it's a win for the SWAC. No matter what, it's a win for the SWAC. It's more eyes on the SWAC when you got another NFL coach or somebody that's affiliated with the NFL coming into the SWAC and getting eyes on kids who might have gone under the radar, who might be good enough to play. Because even Deion had said some of the kids he was playing against in some of the games they even coached in the spring, he said there's some kids that are Sunday ready that he was going against. So this brings more eyes to it. It brings more eyes to the SWAC. So overall, it's a win. I mean, I don't know what Prairie View was doing when they swung and missed on something. I was like, I was kind of crazy to me when I was watching the show early on. But yeah, it's a win for the SWAC. I mean, exposure is a good thing because I can tell you right off the bat, Southern and Grambling are national brands because even when I was in high school, I was running track and Southern was recruiting me all the way from Louisiana to Pennsylvania. They came up and sent somebody to me. Believe me, I'm so mad I didn't get to go do a college visit because I got injured the next year, but I was ready to go down. I was ready to go down there just simply off the brand itself.
That's what's up.
I mean, listen, anywhere close to Grambling Southern, yeah, I'm with you. Definitely.
That's my thing. I think what people have to realize is that and it is something that Mr. Campbell said, and just how Southern feels about Dooley is how Gramblingites feel about Grambling. Like, you don't think that the Grambling base is not going to rally around this hire and do whatever they possibly can to take down Jackson State and to bring back Grambling's dominance and prominence from where they were in 2017 with Kincaid? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally going to be an arms race for players, and then it's going to be, and I think what Gramblingites are really going to be looking for is, okay, you saw what Dion did for Jackson State as a whole. We need you to do the same thing down here. We need the practice fields. We need the publicity. We need you to be in front. And somebody called me, a subscriber called me one time and said this to me. It was really big. He said, you got to understand, Dion and these celebrity hires like Kevin Sumlin, Ed Reed, they're used to being in the media every single day. After a loss, after a win, they're used to dealing with the media. So that's going to come easy for them to promote a program, to be in front of cameras. You know, now, are they as charismatic as a Dion? Nah. But
yeah,
can he push a program? Can he be in front of commercials? Can he do those things? Abso-freaking-lutely. And I think that's the bar that he needs to raise when it comes. Now, do I think he's going to be on Instagram and Twitter and all that? No. But you need to find somebody in your camp that can do that and guerrilla market for your team and for Grambling. And if that means getting former players back and saying, yo, my former head coach, Hugh Jackson, is down at Grambling, go check him out. That's what the hell you need to do. Facts. Use all the resources you possibly can.
Seriously.
Yep.
Because here's another thing. I mean, if you think about it, did you hear the numbers that got generated for Jackson, Mississippi?
Yeah, 30 mil.
30 million. That's a lot of bread. To come in from like for a 4 or 5 month clip. Shoot.
Hey man,
money coming to Jackson, Mississippi out here.
Yeah, that's what they need it, man, and they absolutely need it. But hey man, appreciate the call though.
All right,
man. Peace. What's up, Calvin? Talk to me.
Hey, what up, Scotty?
What's up?
Hey, I'm laughing a little bit, man. Some of these motherfucking Southern fans are just as delusional as Jack State fans. Now, I know. Listen, I'm a Jack State fan too. I know Jack State fans are delusional as hell. We can win one game one year, and they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna win the SWAC next year." Like, are y'all serious? And these dudes think they're gonna get. They think Dooley's gonna pull all these quote unquote recruits. You know what I'm saying? Like, Grambling got just as many, if not more, coaches in Louisiana than Southern does. You don't think they've been trying to send players to Grambling too? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit doesn't make sense. Hey, look at it this way. Southern Lab, that high school in Southern, that's coached by Jack State alumni. How many 4, 5, 3, 2, whatever stars has they sent to Jack State? I'm pretty sure he's trying. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make no damn sense, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say, though.
Oh, no problem, Calvin. Appreciate the call, man.
This shit is good for the SWAC. This is what I want. I want the SWAC to upgrade. You know, I want everybody to upgrade. I want everybody to eat.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. Hey, appreciate it.
All right, man.
Hey, listen. This might be so good. I might go to a Bayou Classic next year. I think it might go to a Bayou Classic next year. I won't call it the Pop Warner Classic. I'm going to call it the Bayou Classic just because of Dooley. Just because of Dooley. Oh, man, let me get it. Hey, what's up, Eli? Talk to me.
What's up, my boy Scotty, man? How you been?
No, I've been good. I know you over there smiling ear to ear.
hey, man, hold on. Before I really start smiling, is it real? We got Hugh Jackson?
No. It's I got it from a very, very, very credible source, bro. I'm talking about yeah. It's legit. Now they are they're trying to lock in
you
the numbers.
already know, bro.
Yeah, they're trying to lock in the numbers.
Yeah. Hey, now what you were saying, Scotty?
No, I was just saying they're trying to lock in the numbers, but from what I've been hearing, like everything, until they lock in the numbers, everything is a go until they lock in the numbers.
Gotcha, bro. Yeah, I'm happy, man. I need to lock some numbers in, bro. Get dude in there, man. We be back, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Dion, watch out, man.
Oh, man. Did y'all play Graham? Y'all didn't play Jackson State this year, did y'all? I don't think y'all did.
No,
yeah. Well, hey, man, we'll see where it goes from there, though. But appreciate the call. Hey, that's true. Nothing's final until it's finals. Hey, listen, to the clock strikes 0. I feel you. Let me see. 7631. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, you live. Talk to me.
Yeah, check this out.
I'm checking it out. You ain't saying nothing.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. You live.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that, bro.
Yeah, you good.
Hey, check this out. I'm out here in Cali, and you know what? I'm one of those guys. I just want the whole SWAC to come up.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a lot of SWAC football, but people don't understand exactly who Hugh Jackson is. This cat is an offensive genius. They keep talking about when he's a head coach, but they keep forgetting he goes to terrible teams, and then they don't give him the opportunity, to work his magic. 1, 2, 3 years, they don't give him that.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's been the OC, go and check out those stats. Go and look at the people that he had to work with and what he did when he had nothing. This guy is going, and he has a lot of players that like him because he is charismatic. A lot of these people, they just don't know who he is. But if you go check it out, a lot of people love Hugh Jackson. I'm one of them. I used to, I'm a Raiders fan.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came there, he did a lot of things when other offensive people, they couldn't do crap. And they got rid of him. Come on. Brothers don't get to hang around in the NFL. And I think they was afraid of you because you was a good dude. But you know what? It's going to make the whole SWAC raise up. In the next 3 years, the SWAC is going to be way different than what you guys are seeing right now.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm out. All right. Peace.
Hey, appreciate it. Woo, man, these call lines are buzzing today. I love it. All right, let me try to get everybody in here. Let me see. Oh, God, dog, they phone line buzzing. They buzzing. Let me see. All right, let me see who I had next. 9-7, boom. What's up, Jordan? Talk to me.
Hey, brother. Just really fast. I keep calling back. My bad, because I'm going in and out of business meetings and stuff like that. But I love the content, and I was just thinking about what the brother just said. That is very true. I didn't think about and I didn't factor in that a lot of people probably hadn't lived in California. A lot of these people might be more from the South, which is fine too.
Mm-hmm.
But Hugh does have a really good pool in California. I do understand that he probably wouldn't be able to pull a lot of those Cali guys, but he is very much for community. And then another thing too, people keep talking about him in the NFL and his record. I mean, there's a long list of coaches that didn't do really well, do too hot in the NFL. I mean, that's Lane Kiffin, Steve Spurrier, Nick Saban, and people can look up, the records. I mean, even Chip Kelly didn't do the hottest and so on and so forth. Dennis Erickson. Also, too, going into Stump Mitchell and Hugh Jackson. Stump Mitchell is totally different. Stump was with my father. I believe it was like in 01, 02 in Seattle. And Stump is he's a little bit more reserved, very serious guy. Hugh is a little bit more laid back. And like I said, I can't harp on it enough, man, on how good of a coach Hugh is and just as a person, man. And then the last thing, too, I did want to ask, if Hugh does not have success, whether that be like because of the recruiting or people didn't buy in, brother, do you think that he would have a hard time with finding a job after this? I want to ask that. I didn't hear anybody really asking that question. I want to see what you think about that.
Man, listen, I've seen some of the worst coaches get recycled. All right. Like, you can always rebrand yourself, right? So maybe he won't get a head coaching job. He might get an offensive coordinator position. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, a Power 5 school in the dumps or in the cellar will most likely have no issue to bringing him as an offensive coordinator, bringing him as a head coach. Hey, we'll try you here. You know what I'm saying? We got more resources. We got more money. Like, there's, to me, I think with Hugh Jackson, you or any coach that has a bad stint somewhere, you can always rebrand yourself and, become an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, wide receivers coach, have a couple good years success. Now you're the hot thing now. It's just how life goes, man. It's just how life goes.
Very true.
So
very true. And really fast, too, I want people to know and understand that Hugh Jackson only had 2 head coaching jobs in the NFL. And it's really hard, too, as a black man to get a job, a head coaching job in the NFL. I mean, i.e., Eric Bieniemy, he still has not got a head coaching job yet in the NFL, and he's been lights out with KC. And Bieniemy was a good coach in Colorado, and I think the same, too, will be true for Hugh. Hugh will have a lot of success in calling the offense. He did really well with Tennessee State. And but I do understand he will have to get a quarterback in there. I'm not sure how Noah will do or if they have somebody else that they feel comfortable with, but it will be very interesting to see. I'm excited for the SWAC, man, as a SWAC guy, and can't thank you enough, brother, for your coverage and Blue Bloods and everybody else, CFL, all y'all are doing an amazing
Jordan,
job,
man,
brother.
you are more than welcome to call in. If Smash can call in 6 times, you can call in 7. It's all right. Keep dropping gems.
Thank you so much, brother.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Right,
Peace. And Smash, you always welcome to call back in, my guy. Always. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty, what's going on?
What's up, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Marlon from DeSoto.
Talk
Texas.
to me. Oh, DeSoto.
So,
I know what that is. Go ahead. Talk to me.
It's right. DeSoto U. My question is this, though. I think it'll be a good hire, but I just wonder, will Grambling University give him the resources that he needs to succeed at Grambling?
I think this is what I think. If I'm being 100%, I don't know. This is all speculation. This is just my opinion. I think him and Doug Williams are going to be locked at the hip. He's going to walk him through this process step by step. And I think whatever Hugh Jackson needs or what he thinks he might need, him and Doug Williams are going to, Doug Williams is going to be his advocate because he speaks SWAC. You know what I'm saying? I know that might sound weird to a lot of people, but he speaks SWAC. He knows who to talk to. He knows who to go through. He knows who to push it through. I think that he's going to be his biggest advocate of what he's going to do, how he's going to help Hugh in this whole process. And I think Hugh Jackson having the resources and Doug Williams having the backing and the mouthpiece in the SWAC, I think it's going to be big time. So I definitely think he's going to do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, this is what I need him to do. I need him to upgrade some stuff. I need him to reach out to some former players, former coaches, former somebody, and bring in some stuff for this team, man, and be a agitator. Yeah, like the stuff inside the washer machine. Be an agitator.
Yeah.
Like get it shaking and moving. You know what I'm saying? That's what he needs to do.
Yeah. Because like I said, I'm from DeSoto, and I don't know if you know DeSoto, Texas, Cedar Hill, Duncanville.
Come on, man. I came from Dallas, bro. I came from Dallas. I know all about them.
They write each other, but the SWAC don't really recruit these kids. and they would like to go to the SWAC schools, especially PV.
But okay, so what's hard for PV is this, right? Is that PV is in the middle of like a monsoon of D1 schools with better, like, I don't want to say better resources because PV has some pretty good resources, but the schools with like just a little bit bigger brand. So it's hard to get those top-notch talented kids from, DeSoto and Dallas. But, like when Dooley was at PV, he went back to his backyard in Louisiana. That's where he felt comfortable at. That's where he felt he can get kids at. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the coach that's in that program. And does he have ties to Texas? Does he know where to go in Texas and all that? Can he get kids at Texas and stuff? Because Texas is a hotbed. Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Duncanville, Allen. Where you want to talk? You can go far up. You can go far north Dallas, where you got like Crum and all them type of schools, like those big white schools that throw the ball around 50,000 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's trust me, it's a hotbed up there for real. It's a hotbed.
Yeah, but I just like I said, I like schools like those. I mean, they have indoor facilities for football, and these SWAC schools don't have indoor facilities. So they need, like I said, the money to come in and support these programs.
Yeah, man. Listen, the money it's all about money, man. At the end of the day, and we've talked. Well, I haven't talked about it, but a lot of my callers have called in and talked about how schools and the state holds back funding from them. The FAMUs, the Gramblings, the Southerners, they fight for pennies on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of a political battle, but at the same time, I think that if we get more eyes on, more resources, get some TV contracts going into the SWAC, it could really change the door.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, thank you.
No, man, appreciate the call, man.
Okay.
What the hell has changed the door? It could really change the door. What the hell does that even mean, Scott? Like, I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. But you get what I'm saying. God damn, I don't even know what I was talking about. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, so I just want to hit on like 2 points.
Talk to me. What's your name? Where you come from?
All right. My name is Victor from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And all right. So this is the first point. Hugh Jackson, I think it's a good hire. And really, I know a lot of callers have been talking about how you're going to recruit, but he doesn't even have to necessarily recruit well. He just has to recruit one position well. If he gets one really good quarterback, it can elevate the whole team, just like we've seen someone like a Quill Glass do for Alabama A&M.
That's fair.
You don't need to have a good roster for a team to be necessarily good. So if he just recruits that one position, he'll be good. And another thing, the second point is, so we got the Celebration Bowl coming up. I looked at the details of the game. I'm so happy that Tiffany and Jay are not calling the game this time. Gonna be a new crew. Mark Jones and Robert Griffin are going to be the commentators, so I'm excited about that because I'm not really fond of the SWAC broadcast team of Tiffany. I don't think she does a good job. So
the disrespect! You about to get blocked? Yo, Tiffany is a dog, bro. Tiffany is beastie.
Hey.
But listen, you got your own preference.
I think she's good.
You got your own preference. No. Don't try to backtrack. Oh, I think she's good. No. You said I don't like Tiffany. You're bugging. Tiff is legit, bro.
Okay. So my thing is, would you rather have why have a woman pretending to sound like a man instead of just hiring a man? I don't get why.
Disrespect. Okay, first of all, do you say this about this? What's that white lady that calls the NBA games? The white lady. She does a good job too. She sounds like a man too. You know what are we talking about? Like, listen, bro. Go ahead.
Look, so I know ESPN, these companies are trying to be diverse, but I think play-by-play announcing is for a very specific type of man with a certain voice. It's not for everybody. And I think Tiffany, she does the best she can, but at the same time, she's limited. But I think I respect her, though, because at least she sounds like she actually cares, unlike the other announcers.
Listen, if
Jackson stayed there announcing.
Your girlfriend better not be nowhere near you, because I would tell her to break up with you right now. You sound so sexist, bro. You sound so sexist right now. You sound like somebody be like, man, women should just stay in the kitchen and don't be wearing those shoes and have an apron. Like, you sound really bad right now, bro. Really bad.
Hey man, I'm just being honest. I don't like that. I don't think that's for women, honestly. Let's be real.
Man.
And I could say the same thing about a lot of men in certain other aspects. I don't think this should be like male models.
But you didn't come in like that though. You didn't come in as, hey, I think, the announcers who do the, I don't like the announcers. You came in heavy on the woman aspect, like, yo, I don't like women, a woman, she sound like a man. Like, bro, you came in so wrong, bro. Like, if you would have came in like, hey, the cast for SWAC, the SWAC announcers, man, they just don't do it for me, man. Like, if you would have kept it real general, like SWAC announcers, like Tiff and Jay, they don't really do it for me. I don't like that pairing. You probably could have got away
I think
with it.
Jay is cool though.
Bro, you sexist, bro. You sexist, bro. But appreciate the call though. Appreciate the call, but you sexist though. Damn, that's bad, bro. This sounds so bad. So bad. And y'all be talking about me? Y'all be talking about me? Shoot, man. And I don't like Jay. I don't say I don't like Jay. I think Jay is a little for me. All right. He's a little for me, but I love Tiff. I love Tiff. Jay, but Tiff, I love Tiff. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey man, I'm glad to see that the SWAC is hiring coaches with a plan and with goals and a plan. Now Grambling, they setting their program on solid foundation. If they got Hugh Jackson, it's kind of like building a house. You start with the foundation, then you can build everything around it. The SWAC had lost a lot of players, a lot of recruits over the years because the coaches didn't have a plan, man. They wasn't answering their phones. They wasn't out recruiting. They wasn't like a lot of guys calling up saying, man, it just don't recruit. The SWAC just don't recruit. And they right. They wasn't recruiting. But now that you got coaches like Dion that's done pressed the button, these coaches got to get out here and recruit. And most like Hugh Jackson, he do have people in places that can furnish this stuff for him. A lot of people saying that, well, you got to get the high school recruits. These high school recruits, man, they are in gyms. They got their personal trainers. They in gyms with that's where you get your 3 and 4 and 5 stars from, out of gyms. You got connects with guys that own gyms that training these guys. And you hit them. And Hugh Jackson have that kind of connect. So I think he's going to do a good job over there at Grambling. But I think the guy out there at Alabama State, the real estate guy, is going to do better.
Man, shut up. All right, Coach Pat, appreciate the call. you stupid. You stupid. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Barely. You sound like you in the middle of a highway.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. What's going on, man? It's Wes, man, from Georgia.
Talk to me.
Hey, man, I think that Hugh Jackson hire, man, is big time, man. I've been listening off and on. I've been coming back and forth, man, to the, to your podcast, man. Listen to some of the comments, man. I think they kind of undermining old Grambling and Hugh a little bit, man. First, one reason being Grambling, man. People tend to forget, man, what kind of history Grambling has, man, when it comes to this football thing. Now, I know, Jackson State and Deion Sanders is the new thing, man, but when you start talking about tradition and deeply rooted, Grambling name and HBCU ball is a whole lot bigger, man.
Facts.
When you start talking about a university that's known, that's one plus. And then, again, Hugh Jackson.
Hello? That boy just got cut off. Hello? Was that me or him? Damn, that just got cut off. Woo, that was rude. Hey, Ryan, talk to me.
Hey, Scotty, first off, man, I want to say I like the hire for Grambling. I think that's on the best move that could have been made by anybody in the SWAC West. I like Grambling moving forward. I think maybe 1 year, maybe 2. No, maybe 1 year. But I think Grambling probably going to be the class of the West Division.
I think so too. From what people are saying, if Dooley is supposed to do what Dooley does and, out recruits him in Louisiana, I think it could be a battle back and forth. But I think Southern is a more complete team.
Yeah, but like you say, I really I think coaching does have a lot to do with it, and I like his coaching, and I like his ability to recruit. I mean, I think like the other caller, somebody else called in and was like, Dooley and Hugh Jackson in your living room. I'm a dad. If my son got those two dudes in my living room, I'm telling him Hugh Jackson all day.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
That's just. I mean, that's just. Me. I'm from Georgia, so I don't know. I'm not from Louisiana.
All right, let me ask you this, because I know you root for Jackson State. Dion and Hugh.
Yeah.
Dion and Hugh sitting on your son's couch, and your son plays. I'll keep it general. Your son plays linebacker. Where you going?
I'm gonna let him make the decision,
That's
whatever
real.
he feel best, and what I mean, because I like both of them guys.
That's real.
So
That's
whatever
real.
he feel best, I'm gonna go for that. I probably because I'm a Jackson State dude. I went to Jackson, so I would probably nudge him that way. But if he had a strong Erkland to go to Grambling, man, cool. I rock with that. Hey, I wouldn't trip.
Okay, that's real.
Now him and Dooley would I'd probably be like, who is this dude? You know what I mean? But because I'm not from Louisiana, I don't know nothing
That's
about
fair.
that.
That's
You
fair.
see what I'm saying?
No,
I
that's
know
fair.
disrespect.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I get what you're saying.
But Scotty, I called the other day, and I think you had me misinterpreted. Like I wasn't saying that Dion and them had or Jackson State had out talented people this year. No, because the games were competitive. My thing was for them to go undefeated in the SWAC. Like Alabama. Let's compare them to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama has the most talent every year, but even their games are competitive.
That's real.
You know
you're
what I'm saying?
right.
Because you know what I'm saying, it's competitive. But my thing is, as long as Dion, keep doing what he's doing, there are chances. Like I would think you would think Jackson probably gonna win the SWAC this year, and I don't think they're gonna go undefeated. I think it's gonna be tough.
I definitely said that.
Okay, yeah. That's all I was saying. Like I think you just have me misread. I ain't saying they're gonna go undefeated this year. Nah, the talent ain't that big. I agree with you, but I think talent plays a part in, how the season gonna play. And I think they're gonna have the most talent. Do I think they're gonna go undefeated? Nah. But because like I said, everybody's gunning for them. So but I don't know. I think they're gonna have a good season.
All right. Hey, I appreciate the call, Ryan.
I appreciate it,
man. Hey, somebody said it. How many players does he have in the league right now? Put that in the comment. Since Dooley currently has the most players in the league currently, so put that in the stat rate. That'd be great. I would love to hear that. Yeah, man, what happened, bro?
Man, I don't know what happened, Scott.
Somebody said your phone fell out the window. That joke was funny. Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, like I was saying, man, Grambling history, man, when it comes to HBCU football, man, it's big time, man. And Hugh Jackson with his connection, if he able to get a couple coaches in there, man, I think that he can do an excellent job. And you hit the nail on the head. Man, Grambling was doing this shit, man, before it was popular, man. But when Doug Williams was down there, see, I played against Doug Williams, and he had Bruce Eugene and a lot of them guys down there. So when you start talking about resources, man, and making lemonade out of lemons, bro, I just think, man, if like you said, if he is right-hand man and he go in there, man, and he kind of get the butter from the duck, man, I think that he can make some noise. Because, sometimes it ain't all about social media and everybody knowing what's going on. Trust me, people gonna research it now. But even though he didn't have that much success, or as much success as people thought he should have had in the NFL, the fact that he was an NFL coach carries a lot of weight, especially in the black community.
Facts.
He actually has more coaching experience than Prime has, bro. I mean, I know they took a chance on the man because, he prime time and all this other kind of stuff. But when you start talking about coaching, experience, things of those natures, bro, I just think that's a big plus, man. And what he brings to the table, man, I think he can kind of dissect that thing. Because like I said, as an offensive coordinator, when you start talking about what we're weak in terms of the coaching in HBCU football, we was talking about it the other day. I don't think you remember, man, but the line of scrimmage, man, is a big problem in HBCU ball.
Facts. Trenches is
and
huge. Trenches is huge.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. I said trenches is huge in the swag.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So as an offensive coordinator, man, I just think that that's big, man. So don't discredit him, man, because there's history in the in the NFL. Because let's just be honest now. I know it took him a while now, but he coached against Jackson. They supposed to be the bar right now. He coached against Jackson, and if they had better quarterback play, they had a chance.
That's fair.
So let's not discredit them. Let's just be honest. And same thing with Fam. We were saying at the beginning of the year, The problem that we in HBCU ball was good, solid quarterbacks ultimately. And again, hats off to Jackson State, but let's just be real. We have a little bit better quarterback, man, a better quarterback play, man. We're talking about a different Hugh Jackson in regards to what he's done in the past as far as the SWAC is concerned. Well, not necessarily the SWAC, but the HBCU ball. But shit, Tennessee State did a hell of a job with the time that they had, and you know what they had to work with, man. So I think it's a good hire. I think he's gonna make some noise. I hope he makes some noise from one Alabama A&M guy to, the Grambling, man. I hope he do well, man. It can only go up for him.
Man, it's gonna be good, bro. It's definitely gonna be good, and I can't wait to see it, man. Appreciate the call.
Take it easy, bro.
All right. Hey, that's what I want to see. I want to see TJ, who's your mama, who's your nada, who's Schmanzada championship. That's what I want to see. I want to see TJ, who's Schmanzada come back. I want to see Chad Ocho Cinco come back. I want to. This is what I want to see, baby. This is what I want to see. That's what I want. I want to see Carson Palmer come down. I want to see all that. I need all that, Hugh. I need all of it, Hugh. All right, 100%. I need it all. Let me see. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, man, this is your friendly neighborhood, second generation Jackson State alum calling. Just want to say that I'm with everybody else. I think that Hugh Jackson is a great hire for Grambling. I'm glad to see Grambling make that move. But one of the things I do want to say about recruiting that a lot of people kind of miss because they don't know the insides of it. When we say that SWAC schools don't recruit a lot, it's because of the budgets. So like Jackson State, if I'm not mistaken, their recruiting budget is like only $15,000. So what really helped Jackson State was not only the star power of Coach Prime, but what the star power of Coach Prime did was it got an Atlanta-based company called Recruiting Analytics. They actually contacted Coach Sanders and offered their services. And from what I understand, their services is a six-figure service. So let me ask you this. How many HBCUs can afford a six-figure recruiting analytics service?
Ooh, not many.
You see what I'm saying? So, and guess who the first person that the recruiting analytics found for Coach Sanders?
Houston
Nuggets. That was the first person that they found. So again, I'm not saying that I want to be clear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, hey, we should let HBCUs be lazy when we talk about recruiting. I'm from Mississippi. Again, I told you, second generation Jacksonian. I've heard even schools in Mississippi complain that Jackson State never really recruited the 3 and 4 star. It was because, again, when you only have $15,000 recruiting budget, so what a Hugh Jackson will do, what a Eddie George will do, what a Coach Sanders will do, right? What they will do is get other companies like Recruiting Analytics to say, we are partnering with you, because what they'll be able to do is now what Recruiting Analytics can do is like, see the class we helped Coach Prime sign? Mm-hmm. Now they can go and charge that six-figure deal to somebody else. So I think that when we talk about how badly HBCUs have recruited in the past, it really is a budgeting issue. But going back to the point that you were making and what everybody else was making, that's why you kind of have to get these out-of-the-box type of coaches that have their own resources. And so now Hugh Jackson and the Coach Sanders and Eddie George and many other people can then partner with these people, and these people will offer their services to HBCU because it's going to be a good look to them, if that makes sense.
It's no different than any real business move. I lend you to show what we can do, and then I go charge these PWIs.
Exactly.
I go charge these PWIs. I go charge these Power 5 conferences, for their analytics. So that's where everything's going anyway, to analytics. You know what I'm saying? And now we're getting our compensation on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's great publicity.
That's it. So that's all I wanted to say. So again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying, hey, I still think we need to hold HBCU feet to the fire, because there were a lot of good players in Mississippi that would have wanted to go to Jackson State. They didn't even get a letter. Like, forget a call, forget a visit. They didn't even get a letter. Mm-hmm. But again, let's be clear. When you count postage, when you count pennies, you even have to decide, to whom am I going to send a letter? So that's all I wanted to say, man. As usual, great show. And like I say, I'm glad, like people been saying, even though I'm a Jacksonian, Grambling is a national brand. I'm glad they, going to put that national brand out. And look here, whoever is successful in the SWAC, for me,
Everybody's going to be successful in the SWAC, and that's all I want to say. And I appreciate you and CFL and Dr. Cavill, and even I know you get on the deep pregame show. You get on them for being a mouthpiece of Jackson State, but I appreciate what all of y'all do to bring light to the SWAC. I'm out. Y'all take care, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, what's up, Corey? Talk to me.
Can you imagine if Hugh Jackson makes it to Grambling and Kevin Sumlin gets a Prairie View and see where we're at after that?
Man, it'll be crazy. Listen, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun year. I tell you that.
Well, I mean, yeah, the East is going to be hard. And even if you throw in Maynard out of the East, as running like the third leg in the East. But if you get Sumlin in there, oh God, Lord, this HBCU football, especially the SWAC, it's going to be at a class that has never been seen before. But that's all I had to say.
Hey, no problem, Corey. Appreciate the call.
All right, was it?
Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me. What's your name? Where you come from?
It's Victor from Maryland. I called earlier. I just had one more point to add. So as we talk about Hugh Jackson and all these coaches in the SWAC, Willie Simmons, and we keep hyping up Jackson State. I'm actually a Jackson State bandwagon fan, and I want them to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But here, I'm starting to notice one big issue, and it's with the recruiting. JSU, they're not actually recruiting well when you look at it. They're really just recruiting the high stars. They're recruiting flashy positions like receiver and DB, but they're not recruiting enough interior guys. And that's been the Achilles heel this season. They haven't been good on the interior O-line. And if they keep trying to recruit all these 4-star receivers when they don't need that and ignoring like the interior position that matter, they're going to stay in the same position. And it's actually going to give the opportunity for a team like FAMU and the new Grambling team under Hugh Jackson to pass them. And it's going to be even more embarrassing if these teams could elevate over them when Jackson State has a nice class. But in reality, that class is not a real elite FCS class because it doesn't have the right players. That's all.
Okay, Victor, hold on real quick. Because let me ask you a question. If you let me see how can I phrase this right? You can buy something and not know what you're getting, right? So like, let's say somebody tries to sell you something, you buy it, but you don't know what you're getting, right? That's what recruiting is. You're buying something, but you really don't know what you're getting because you don't know how it's going to fit. So, I mean, Deion pretty much wiped out the whole O-line, brought a whole new O-line, and it didn't work out. It happens in every level of football. Like you get a 4-star, like Jawan Pass. You get a 4-star quarterback who's jumped around 6 times. You know what I'm saying? Like it just because you think you got something doesn't mean you have it. So do I agree with you? Yes, they have to have a better O-line play, but bro, you don't know. O-line is a very finicky thing because a lot of O-line is based off continuity, right? So yes, you can have 4 great individual alignment, but if they don't play together, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You might have great individual matchups like, oh, my center's really good, but if you don't know how to work with the guard next to him, it doesn't matter. They're bad together. So I think you just listen, you're not going to hit on everything. And Jackson State hit on probably like 70 or 80% of their roster. So you can't get mad because they end up in the SWAC championship. They just didn't hit on offensive linemen. So, you go back to the drawing board and you retool.
I understand what you're saying, Scotty, and really, when you really look at it, they didn't really bring in a whole new offensive line. There's still guys from the spring. They're like Dunbar and the center, Caleb Graham, who was already on the roster, then number 62, Sampson. They got guys from the spring still playing, so they clearly didn't really try to revamp that as much. And now that we're talking about Jackson State's offense, and I just want to defend, I know we hyped up T.C. Taylor to begin with, but lately we haven't been talking about him in a good light. But in his defense, he's running Deion's high school offense. He's not running his offense. He has to run Deion's high school offense so Shadur could be comfortable. And I think that's going to affect Jackson State because they're running such a basic offense. It doesn't translate well to college.
It doesn't translate well to college, but they've been scoring points. Make that make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're going to score points because they have the best receivers. But when this is why they can't get out to big leads, because it's very predictable. You could kind of really like call out all their plays in the first half.
But why? Just because it's not complex doesn't mean it doesn't work.
Look, Scott, you've been saying this. The lack of motion, it's really just Shedeur. They hike the ball. He stands in the pocket.
I agree.
And we just hope someone gets open.
No, but I'm giving you a perspective. Like, do I think Jackson State's offense is complex? No, it doesn't. If you're being honest, it doesn't need to be complex to be effective, because all you're trying to do is not turn the ball over when you're Jackson State. It's literally like, hey, Shedeur, don't turn the ball over. But you don't need it to be complex. Do I think it needs to be more creative? Abso-freaking-lutely. But if simple is working, why deviate from it? That's what I'm saying.
So, in your opinion, you think this offense is working, or the defense and the special teams have the same?
No, the offense is not special. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you, but the way you're coming at it, I don't agree with it. You're saying that, it needs to be more complex. I don't think it needs to be more complex. I think it needs to be more creative. That's two different things, right? Complexity doesn't make it better. Creativity makes it, like, if I'm watching a Jackson State game, do I know what they're doing? Absolutely. I've seen it enough times. I know what they're trying. But they have so many great athletes in each individual position. You can't stop it. And at the end of the day, if you can't stop it, it works.
Yep. And just one last thing, man. The way it's going right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Deion took over play calling for next season. I think he's gonna ride and die with this offense. He's not gonna change it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes over play calling.
Oh, that would be interesting. That would be something to watch. I definitely would like to see if he does take over play calling. I doubt if he will, but we'll see. Hey, man, appreciate the call. That was Mr. Sexism, if you didn't know. That was Mr. Sexism. Girls shouldn't be announcers. That's him. That's him. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
God, man, listen. It's Bud from Jackson, Mississippi. Man, I like pass out 3 times when that guy was talking, man. Come on, man. This thing is getting ridiculous. Hey, Scotty, listen. Let's get some understood for people who don't understand offense. If you can't run the ball, you can't make an offense complex. They want to spread. So either you're going to run the RPO, which means you have to have a run pass option to get it started. I mean, it's not the play call. He don't have no play to call, Scotty.
Yeah.
He either got a pass or pass. That's point blank period. How you going to say that the offensive line is sorry, Scotty? I mean, Scotty, the offensive line is no good, Scotty. But, T.C. Taylor is not complex enough. What the hell you want him to do? He can't run the ball. He called one play, it get 1 yard, it get back up. Scotty, we barely got time to even pass the ball at times. That's what you came up with. Shedeur Sanders is one of the slipperiest
slowest, slipperiest guys ever.
He's on the run, Scotty. The offensive line is bad, but I'm sure Deion Sanders and the coaching staff saw the same thing that everybody in Tigerland saw. The offensive line is bad. So they're going to address it. But to say that they recruiting this horrible or it ain't good, when they got a top class in the FBS, they in the top 50 in the FBS, in the top in the FBS, you think they got that because of just skill players? Where he missed all the offensive linemen they brought in the defensive line? What he thought Owens was? He thought Owens was a cornerback? What he thought Houston is? He thought Houston a cornerback? Come on, Scotty. Why you ain't break it down and tell him? Why you break it down to him? Hey, Houston, my guy, is a defensive end, my guy. He's not a skill player, my guy. Why you didn't tell him, Scotty? Come on, man. Stop these people from being lost. But anyway, I just called the ticket, man. Oh my God, he threw me off of everything I want to say, man. I think the Hugh Jackson pick is coming to the swag. Grambling made a good choice. So, Scotty, right now with the swag coaching pick, I'm feeling like they may be 2 out of 3, other than the
real estate agent,
other than the Alabama state.
Yeah, the real estate agent.
Huh?
Other than the
real estate agent.
Yeah.
Other than me hiring, hey, that was an AD being smarter than everybody else. I'm way smarter than everybody else. I got a good idea. Now they gonna get their ass beat all year long. Yo, ain't nobody else playing. Everybody else getting real.
Let me tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this. It was a coach I'm gonna give you a little nugget, right? So there was a coach that reached out to me. He was like, "Man, Scotty, I actually reached out to the AD, and this coach is pretty good. This coach is pretty good in the swag, right?" So he's like, "I reached out because I wanted the job." I was like, "Okay, cool." He was like, "The AD told him verbatim, hey man, you don't got a chance at this job. We got big names trying to come into the." I swear to God, this is what the coach told me. He's like, "We got big names, coming in for the job, so you ain't got a chance." He was like, "Damn, Scotty." He said, "Man, I thought Ed Reed, Ray Lewis." He said a real estate agent. He said a real estate agent, Scotty. He said, "Bro, I was hot." I was like, "Dang, I would be hot too, bro. I ain't gonna hold you." But yeah, no lie.
Hey, so you mean to tell me they think they got the baddest girl at the prom? So they get to the prom and see that girl is the ugliest ducky?
Boy, they thought they was doing something with that one. I ain't gonna even hold you, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. No lie.
Hey, well, anyway, Scotty, man, hey, I do think that Hugh Jackson is a good pick. I hope Sumlin get the job out there at Peerview. So at least next year we can talk more about that the teams are adjusting good, and maybe we need to get better talent. Maybe it just won't be all about coaching next year. So the coaching was bad. It seemed like that's being addressed. Hey, the swag doing good. We on the rise. They keep it going, man. Appreciate you for the channel, man.
No, man.
Hey, and please do a class to teach this guy about football before he call in the call. Tell him to start playing Madden or something so he can learn from this.
Oh, bud, you stupid, man. Appreciate the call.
All right, sir.
Oh, man. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Scott, man, this is Zoe, man. First off, before I get started, man, congrats to Grambling. The hire with Hugh Jackson is phenomenal. One thing it does over everything is that it keeps the momentum with HBCUs. We're hot right now, so it keeps that fire going. So we want to keep that. Hopefully, Prairie View can add to it, and we can keep that momentum going. But to that call about Jackson recruiting, man, get off Twitter. Like, you're killing me, man. If you don't know what you're talking about, man, please say that. Then you say you're a bandwagon fan. You talk about old linemen. Okay, man, look. If you go look at all the guys we brought in over the spring, you know how many old linemen are left? Two. So the old line was the weakest link. But then I could make this argument. Every defense that Jackson State played this year, they succeeded in their game plan.
That's real.
They made Jackson State one-dimensional. The analogy that I use, I say it's like a boxing match. We're fighting somebody. They were able to pull one arm behind our back, and we still jabbed their ass to death and won. So, yeah, the O-line was the worst link on the team. But all this getting replaced. And to sit there and say we're not recruiting that, how do you know? Because you're going off Twitter. Because I can tell you that's cap. We got plenty of O-linemen that we got coming in. This next class is going to be ignorant. Like, come on, man. Y'all, they got to be better than this, man. If you're going to do your research, if you're going to call in and say something, man, have your facts straight. Stop just calling in building bullshit. Damn. I mean, it's cap to the nth degree, like incentive cap. Man, look, I can deal with the hate, man, but damn, don't just tell bold-faced lies, man. If you don't know, damn it, just say you don't know. Man, I'd rather them call and ask you, Scotty, what the hell Jackson State recruit, man? Because I really don't know. Like, damn. You can't make this shit up, man. How the hell we got a class 54 spots behind Alabama and the class ain't good? What the fuck? I'm just saying, man. That's all I got there. Damn.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. That was funny. I needed that laugh. I need that laugh. Oh, man. That was funny. All right, listen. Oh, boy, y'all was bringing out the heat today, boy. Y'all was bringing out the heat today. Oh, my goodness, man. That was funny. Hugh Jackson is definitely not a good coach. I'm sorry. You have really... Hey, Mississippi made, bro, you need to...
Stay off the damn weed.
Okay? Sit this one out, Mississippi made DDTV. Just sit this one out, bro. Sit this one out. You know, take a load off. Oh, man. Whew, that was funny. Hey, man, listen, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Listen, Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If it remember, if it happens, you heard it here first. If it doesn't happen, I said it was unofficially. Okay? I said that. I said it was unofficially, officially. I didn't say official nothing. I said unofficially, officially. Okay, so make sure you differentiate. Now, if it pops off, you can say if it pops off, you can say, yeah, Scotty told me. Yeah, Scotty, hey, listen, hey, Scotty knew. But if it don't pop off, you can then say, well, he did say it was unofficially. So, ta-da! That's how that works, all right? Let me get this caller before I get up out of here. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
Hey, this is KJ calling back again. I called earlier about the roster exemptions or whatever. I just want to add this also. One of the things about recruiting that people just to kind of know about this, some of the issues that come up for coaches also is this right here. For many of the alumni associations, right? So let's say in Florida, you have like, say the Tallahassee Alumni Association, you may have the Miami-Dade Alumni Association, you may have Central Florida. And what happens is this right here. If I'm an alumni and I'm in a part of that association, right, and I'm trying to get someone to come look at a kid, what happens is this right here. Coaches can't get everybody. But if you don't, right, the problem becomes now when I do my fundraising and I have to go there, or if they come to us and say, well, hey, you know what, Coach so-and-so needs a raise. We need to supplement what the state, because the state is only going to pay for the state of Florida, I think it's $200,000, $250,000 that has to be supplemented, right? So let's say we need to raise another $300,000 because we want to keep the coach. Now, because of that, there can be some issues that say, well, no, I'm not going to get nothing because he didn't come and see this player. So those are the kind of issues that also play a major role in how coaches will come out and recruit, because if that alumni association is a very powerful one and they produce a lot of money for that coaching staff to supplement some of their salaries, oftentimes those calls are going to get taken. So that's kind of looking behind the curtain, letting you know how it works. So sometimes it's not just the coaches being a little slow in responding to calls. It's just that sometimes they're under pressure to respond to certain areas in alumni chapters because that's where the money and the power is at. So that's kind of a little bit behind the curtain of how things work, especially a lot of times. I know it works at big schools too, but for HBCUs, a lot of times that's how it works. So like I said, like one of the largest chapters in Florida is what we call Polk County, which is Lakeland, Florida, those kind of areas there. So if they call and say, hey, we got 3 players down here, we want y'all to come take a look at them, they're great players or whatever, and we don't, if you don't, and FAMU don't go down there and look at them or something like that, it may be some problems when FAMU is trying to come through and raise money because that AD is going to hear. So that's kind of, go ahead.
And what chapters are those again?
Well, I'm just saying the Alumni Association chapters. So for all your universities, they have the Alumni Associations. And so sometimes within that state, or even like say you can have like Florida A&M has a huge alumni association in Dallas, right? So they may be calling and wanting, hey, we got some players out here that we want you to come and take a look at or whatever. And let's say family just doesn't get back to them, right? That may be an issue now when the Alumni Association, again, when the president is called upon to say, hey, we need some fundraising for facilities. We need some fundraising for the coaches' salaries, those kind of different things. Now, sometimes you can have people that are in there who could be some big wigs and go like, hey, man, I was calling y'all and I wanted y'all to come in and take a look at a couple of kids that we had for y'all and y'all didn't respond. But now you want me to give money. So that's sometimes the catch-22 that some coaches are under when you're talking about. I know some people are saying, well, hey, man, sometimes the coaches don't recruit here. They don't recruit there. Well, sometimes that's the issue.
Now, how important are these chapters outside of like coaching hires? Like, what about the staff as well?
Oh, yeah, they're extremely important. They're important for the school, period, because they help supplement scholarships for kids who But in other ways, they may be dropping out of school and they need monies to try to stay in school, summer school tuition. A lot of times they supplement that. They also, for football, for college athletes who a lot of times the Pell Grant may not cover summer tuition. Alumni Association oftentimes comes in to help with that. So they're extremely important. And I know that many of your powerful alumni who are part of these, they have a lot of pull. So those are the kind of things that coaches will have to go through and have to respond to when they call. So it's not necessarily sometimes coaches just being lax and not wanting to respond. It's just that it's a pecking order. And that's just how it works, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate the phone call, man. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.
I appreciate it. Hey, listen. I want y'all to blame KJ. All right? I want y'all to blame KJ. It's her fault, okay? It is KJ's fault. Blame KJ. She started it, all right? Don't come with me, KJ. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Scotty, what's happening, bro?
What's good?
Hey, wanted to call you back real quick, man. I know you're finna finish the channel, man, but I wanted to switch gears on you just for 2 seconds, man. You remember early on, man, when you had the call about, I guess people ranting and raving. I kind of came in the middle of that call some time back, and they was talking about you not being a part of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that call? Well, I was
probably.
Or I guess that segment, they was making a big deal about you not being a part of the culture, and you was talking about how you was doing research so you can learn about the culture. They was talking about your channel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, make a long story short. Well, I was calling, man, because I was picking a good time to say it, man. But I don't know why you chose, I guess, start covering the SWAC. To be honest with you, I really don't give a shit why you chose it. But I do know that you having this channel, man, has put a lot of spotlight on the SWAC in addition to a lot of the buzz that's going around. And I want to salute you for it, man. That's a hell of a job that you're doing. I follow it quite a bit. Clearly, man, you got a lot of followers, a lot of members, man. And you just done a hell of a job, man. So me personally, I consider you a part of the culture. One, because of what you're doing for the culture. You're a black man, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, you've done more probably for HBCU ball or HBCU realm, man, here in recent months than a lot of people done their entire lives that attended HBCU. So I did want to call and salute you for that. I don't mean to change the dynamics of your call, man, but dog, you're doing some good shit, man. I hope you keep it up.
Hey, listen, man. You are never changing the dynamic of the channel to tell me thank you for what I do. Listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate callers like you that call in and give your opinions. Because like I say this all the time. This show is nothing without you guys calling in and making it fun, making it interjective and lively, man. So I appreciate you just taking out the time to call into the show. And thank you for the kind words, man, for real.
Yeah, man, good job. Now, you messy than a motherfucker now, but I enjoy it. That shit good.
Hey, appreciate you.
Take care, bro.
Hey, I'm a little messy. Hey, baby. Am I messy, babe? I'm not messy. I'm not. I'm petty. Oh, I am petty, but I'm not messy. Messy's a little harsh. Hey, what's up, Mr. Campbell? Talk to me.
Hey, man, listen. I want to sing for Will Packer, Pam Oliver, Rob Hardy, Anika Noni Rose, and all the alumni from you support that rally. I just want y'all to know. So for all those alumni, that's the way we do it. So I'm down with that, man. So Will Packer, Common, the CEO for Microsoft, we all alumni tonight, goddammit. We all alumni tonight.
Why you gotta come and try to protect your boy? No, you need to take that L.
Bro, rather protect. I'm not gonna let the FAMU slander. So my man, I'm an alumni. Will Packer alumni. Commons alumni. Frederick Humphreys. Althea Gibson. The list goes on. And I guarantee you that man cut a check every month to the FAMU Alumni Association. So if y'all need to know how to send your money to the FAMU Alumni Association, holler at me in the chat. That's all I got to say. FAMU forever.
Oh, man. Appreciate the call, Mr. Campbell. Hey, boy, listen, they ride for theirs, boy. They ride for theirs. I like that, KJ. Hashtag Illuminati. Illuminati. Whoo, man, that was funny. That was funny. I want it on the shirt. I got you, KJ. I'm gonna make it happen. Hey, somebody, hey, babe, take that, write that alumni. Alumni. ALOO. Let me see. ALOOMNI. That's alumni. Okay, you got it. All right, cool. I got you, KJ. We're gonna make that happen. Alumni. I like, hey, Paris, I like that. I need an off-script dictionary. Yeah, you listen, bro. Hey, the words be dropping like flies out here all day, every day. Hey, listen, man, I'm about to get up out of here, guys. Listen, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was a very funny show. You had some sexism. You had some alumniism. Had some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I'm going to get it together. I'm going to revamp it. You see what I'm wearing right now. Hold on, let me kind of, you see, I got one of the, let me see if I can see that. Got the Script Bayless tee, the sweaty, the hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Got the Script Bayless, you know what I'm saying? That is what it is. So, just a little something for me, you know what I'm saying? A little something for me. But listen, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. Until next time. Before I get up out of here. Hey, real quick, I got a new series. I got 358 people here. I hope I got over 300 likes. But I got a new, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. I got a new series, all right? The Everyday Entrepreneur, right? I am looking for entrepreneurs. You could be a VP. You can be a CEO of something, COO of something, or you can have your own business, do your own thing. I'm looking for entrepreneurs to come on the channel, talk about their start, their humble beginnings, where they at now and everything like that. So please, 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 if you know an entrepreneur, if you are an entrepreneur, you could be a trucker, you can own your own trucking business, you can be whatever, whatever your thing is, you can be a baker, create t-shirts, whatever you do. If you do it at a high level, I would like to bring you on and have an interview with you to tell your story. All right. So you could be your own lawyer. You can be a partner at a lawyer firm, anything like that. All right. So DM me, Instagram me, offscript_TV is my IG Twitter. You can also email me at support@itsoffscript.com. All right. Support@itsoffscript.com. All right. You have to be able to come on. This is not an over the phone interview. You would need to be on video and we'll do an interview like that. But I just want you to come on, talk about, educate people. All right. And stuff like that. All right. So that just little stuff like that. I think people need that. And I would like to do that. So just something to do over the off season. All right. So make sure that happens. So until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.